Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the season finale of this current season of In Grove or Green, the Changeling the Lost Chronicle that we're running here on Final Show Films. My name's Jack. I am your storyteller, as always, for the evening, and I am joined tonight by Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Lark, the Beast Windwing.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm going for 2 deaths in 1 season, and I am playing Naked Lansing, Draconic Ferris.
And John.
John, your friendly neighborhood liberal berserker, and I am playing Akushin, the metal flesh blood brute ogre.
Most of these people, you're not in their neighborhood.
No, yet.
And William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Phage, the Ogre Gristlegrinder.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Liz, the Wizened Oracle.
And last time we were in Baltimore, the Motley Unlikely performed some last-minute plans and preparations in anticipation of a scouting report narrowing down the assault target for the Winter War. It's thought that neutralizing Queen Gracie Arundel, who has formed something of a cult of personality amongst a number of local hobgoblins, will halt their attacks on the mundane inhabitants of the city in the real. Working in concert with the Autumn Court Hedge Rangers, the Iron Spear of Summer discovered the Queen's Castle in northeast central Baltimore and readied for an all-out fight. With part of the Motley helping to hold the exit gates from the hedge and part participating in the opening sally toward the castle gate, we join the battle at hand as somewhere in the city, a radio crackles to life. Rise in anger, my sister. And now is sorrow run red by wrath, as the fallen snow bears shed blood. Winter's peace is broken, and the sleeping bear is routed from her den. Take up your spear and run. Run to the forest and to the shores, and see your rage kindle and your justice prove violence. But nobody's there to hear that because y'all are rolling initiative.
Too busy screaming at the top of our lungs.
Right.
Cool.
Also, I really just like the image of a person like chewing on the top of a shield with a rainbow flag on it.
Yep. We're here. We're queer. Get on the fucking floor and put your hands on your head.
Not wearing it right.
So
That
let's
is not a
see
thing. That is
what
not
turn everybody is
Ah, there
going
it
to be
is.
taking these in.
Roll initiative. 7.
14.
7 for Akajin. 14 for Megan.
7.
Should the
7
three of
for
us who
Lark.
are not there, or should the two of us
Yes.
who are not there roll?
The two of you who are not there should also be rolling initiative.
Because you will have to
Absolutely.
be dealing with the
Oh
aforementioned winter
goodness, how do I
assassins.
roll initiative on this sheet again?
There's a button that says roll initiative at the top of your character sheet.
There is. I see it now.
8.
Age is at an 8.
13.
Liz is a 13. And fuck it, why not? I'll roll 1 for Butterfly. She's there.
I
She has a
rolled a-
knife.
I rolled a 2 and got a 7.
She does. It's very sharp.
Holly also rolled a 2.
Yep. Butterfly is acting on the same turn as Phage. Okay, so we start with Megan at a 14, who is in the midst of a scrum of changelings that are charging down a narrow lane. Give me a perception roll as you start your turn. You are in the middle of a crowd, so you are at a -3 for this.
In the middle of a
Okay.
crowd with shields trying to keep you from getting shot.
Exactly.
Sheet roll. No, not strength brawl. There we
Wits
go.
and composure.
Beats
Not wits result. There, god damn it, -3.
Yep.
This is gonna go well. Okay, 2.
I mean, it went fairly well. As you're making your move, you can see a number of depressions in the snow because it's this kind of flat surface that snakes through this about 3 to 4 foot tall field of heavy, sharp, razor thorned growth. But this lane that sort of snakes through is fairly open and just covered with probably about anywhere from a foot to a foot and a half of snow in most cases. There are a number of kind of isolated depressions at various aspects that are probably a little hard for most people to see, especially the people in front who have a shield directly in front of their face.
Right.
And people who aren't aware of the actual angle of light coming in and maybe seeing these. But with 2 successes, you would not be surprised if you should probably not step in those.
Okay.
I assume.
I
Sorry,
am
go ahead.
going to,
Mhm.
just to be safe, and also because I've just kind of been wanting to use this for a while, I am going to activate she proceeds to ready her very nice shoes and activate tread lightly.
Okay.
So that is a dex plus weird. So that is 3 successes. So it's not exceptional.
Right.
But- So I can move across any solid surface as if I weigh no more than a few ounces, leaving no tracks. Can run across snow without breaking through the surface, only taking bashing damage from falls.
Okay.
makes me harder to track.
Is that one in Rites of Spring, or is that
that is Winter Masks.
Winter
Here is
Masks?
the full
Okay.
write-up.
Excellent.
Wow,
There we
that's a
go.
lot.
That's
But-
a fair bit, but yep. Yeah, because that's is that contracts of separation, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure I've got the right stuff in front of me. But okay.
I can also climb up surfaces too fragile to support my normal weight.
Mm-hmm.
So if there is, anything that I can use to like run up on this side and like run over, completely bypass the whole crowd
Yeah.
to get get in front, I'm happily doing it.
Okay. Give me an intelligence and survival then, just as a instant reflexive.
Intelligence, survival, not a thing. It is 1 dice, so it is not a chance roll.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Yep. Best thing you can tell is whatever hazards might be in these depressions, you at least will not be of a situation where gravity is going to cause you a problem.
Oh yeah, no, I will really quick nudge Akijin, avoid, and then run.
Give me since you guys are in a pitched battle, give me a presence and I'll just say expression.
Expression, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're not in a pitched battle yet. We're on the road to the pitched battle.
Yeah,
right. But you guys are actively charging into a fortified position currently.
Yep,
so
legit.
It's a little more than just tapping somebody on the shoulder and pointing.
Yeah.
If you're going to get a workable concept across.
It's true.
Okay. 1.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I said it. If he doesn't see it, that's his problem. I didn't.
Yep. So yeah, Megan has apparently indicated some hazard on the road ahead.
All right.
And as you've sort of been allowed to take frontline battle commander, that's up to you on your turn. But that brings us to Liz.
Yep.
You are back at the gates. They have closed down, deactivated the mirrors because leaving an open gate, just standing open, is kind of inviting trouble. From one side or the other, if not both. Go ahead and give me a wits and composure plus your normal penalties.
Okay.
As you're just looking around to see what's happening in the immediate vicinity.
Oh goodness. Is that -1, right? What was that minus?
You're at -1 because of clarity.
-1. Okay.
I don't know if you have any other ones for being in the hedge based on.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just that one. I got a 2.
2 successes.
Yep.
You're looking around and you can hear movement in the growth around the clearing. You don't know if it's briar wolves, hedge beasts, just the wind, whatever. But you can hear stuff around you. And there's even a little bit of drifting noise from the direction that most of the Keyhold honestly marched off in. And you assume that they're preparing to engage.
Okay. I hear something to whoever's nearest me, Phage, and Butterfly, presumably. And I'm going to activate my Seeming Blessing for dodge. So 1 point of glamour. I get to add my weird to my dodge total.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to do 1 point for nimble. So I get 9 agains on anything with dexterity. For this
All
turn.
right.
That's a glamour gone. Okay. And I think that's my action.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be your action.
But I'm gonna nudge Phage. Like, I hear something. There's something out in the thorns.
Okay. Which brings us to Phage and Butterfly.
We need to roll the wits and composure as well.
If you're looking around, then you'll want to roll wits and composure also, yes.
Yeah. And she just got the shotgun shouldered on her, shouldered in one arm and her other fist with the one of her brass knuckles in it. Wits composure. Dink. I have a success.
Okay. You're looking around trying to see what Liz is picking up on. You're not able to see anything beyond much beyond the boundaries of this clearing that you guys are in. The growth is heavy here, and the snow only adds to the obscuring nature of the terrain. But you're ready. You're prepared for in case anything jumps out or anything happens suddenly.
And her helmet is on this entire time for
Sure. All
for
right.
specificity.
No
problem. Akujin and Lark, you guys are running.
So really quick, I just called what I said at the end of last week. Was that before we hit initiative, I was going to try to activate my Armor of the Elements.
Okay. Go ahead and make that roll.
Grasping the metal of my sword. Two successes is all I need. So my whole body is basically encased in steel now.
Now, was that Cloak of the Elements or Armor of the Elements Fury?
Armor of the Elements Fury.
Okay. So you will do half of your weird lethal damage by touch.
Also, it gives you +1 ranged and melee defense, so long as you have the armor on your whole body.
Elemental Sheath provides you with 1 point of armor useful against all attacks. Yep, including attacks by the summoned element.
Which is the more relevant thing for me.
Yep.
Last for the scene.
All right. Yep. So yeah, extra metallic matter just wraps around you.
So on my turn, I want to see if I can spot what Megan was talking about.
Okay, you can give me a wits and composure -3 as well. Actually, you'll just be at a -2 since it was directed to you. So you've got a slightly better.
I'm holding a shield. Can I adjust it so I can see?
That's what the -2 is from. Is that you're holding a shield and running.
Important.
I mean, unless you want to just drop the shield.
I'll spend a willpower on this one, so it's +1
Sure.
rather than -2. 1 success.
Okay. Yeah. No, you can see a couple of these kind of shallow depressions in the snow. Probably a 6 to 8 meters out is where the first one is.
Are they?
And then they kind of dot the path going forward.
Are they placed in such a way that I could navigate the column around them, or are we?
The
going
column
to
would
to
have
go
to
over
break
them?
if it was to right. You would have to diverge and have it.
So I just basically summer marching commands, being like, I'm just gonna order the column to slow down, and eyes on the ground. And I'm going to just indicate I'm just going to indicate in the general direction, but because I'm at the head, I'm going to try to steer us in such a way that we'll be able to safely pass over these without anybody stepping in them if possible.
All right. Give me a presence and expression.
Does my leadership specialization apply here?
In this case, yes, absolutely it would.
Presence, expression. I'm going to spend my other last willpower on that, because this also seems like an important thing. And I get 9 against on my sword swings, so... I feel like I'll need that less there. 5 successes.
Nice.
So with a couple of very quick orders and having worked with Summer before, knowing the battlefield vernacular that they tend to train with, you're able to communicate to everybody of what needs to be avoided, what they should be looking out for, and with an exceptional success, I'll say that you guys are not nearly as broken in formation as you would otherwise need to be as you slow but continue your approach to the gates.
And I make sure that information gets passed back down the column so everybody knows that there are traps in the road.
Yep. Lark, are you simply following along, or is there anything particular that you're going to break to do?
She's not breaking to do anything. She's following along right now, but she would like to take this time to kind of just observe her surroundings.
Okay. You can give me a wits and composure as well. You're in a slightly less chaotic area, and they have slowed down a bit, so you're just at a -1 for this one.
Okay. Three successes.
All right. 3 successes is enough to get you notice briefly as you guys begin to move your way down, and the horn is still sounding in the castle ahead of you. You see a little bit of snow shift off to the left in the razor thorns that are flanking each side of this approach.
Like there's someone there.
There's definitely something moving there. Yep.
Okay. She will kind of elbow Akujin and point over there.
Okay. So Akujin, you
Clang.
Yep. Akujin, you're aware of this now, but you have used all your actions this round for the previous stuff. Lark, you can take an action to respond if you want, or you can continue along as part of the regular formation.
How far away is that from me?
About 10 yards.
Might be winter.
Yeah, I don't want to. Like, I'm thinking of shooting, but I'm like, I don't want to murder another changeling.
Probably
she's just
not,
gonna.
But
She's just gonna keep an eye on it for now.
Okay. Well, it reveals itself fairly quickly as a large hedgewarg just rears up out of the thorns with a hobgoblin mounted on its back. And this happens along both sides as these wargs begin stepping out to where they're visible from where they were hunkered down underneath and concealed by the thorns on either side, as the column is suddenly assailed by a fusillade of arrows from both flanks. So let me...
This is why
roll
our
a
shields
die
are
here.
up.
Yep, nope. The guys in the front probably aren't going to get hit too bad, but you guys do not have super great fortifications down the sides.
We had a limited amount of
Okay.
shields, unfortunately. Could not be a
Yep.
fully armored column.
Okay. Lark, you catch one that basically pierces through somebody next to you and then stops in your side. You take 1 point of lethal damage as a number of changelings are suddenly struck by these flying missiles. And Akujin, you're now aware of the fact that you guys are under attack before you've even got here. And the distance that they are into the thorns is going to make it very difficult for you guys to directly engage them hand to hand. So you'll have a command decision to make on your turn next.
Yeah, I know what to do.
Okay.
We have elementals.
I mean, yes. You
This
do.
is where they shine.
Okay. So Megan, you guys are about 100 yards away from the gates, and it's your turn.
Still doing running, finding somewhere that I can
Okay.
use my ability to
to try and
I
get up
close
and
the distance as quickly as fucking possible.
Okay, so you're breaking away from the column and just
Don't
trying to
told
get
me
up and over
otherwise.
the walls. Okay, sounds good.
Bye,
So
Megan.
you just
We'll see
take
you
off
in
at a
your
run.
next life.
Give me a dexterity and athletics, let's say.
I would have thought the wall of shields would have been an indication that this would be a bad idea.
I would have thought the everything that you have experienced regarding Megan shows adrenaline addict would have told you that direct orders was probably necessary. 2 successes.
All right, so you just take off at a dead run and going across the top of the snow, just kicking up powder behind you, but not a ton of powder,
Fuck
just a
yes.
little bit.
In heels, nonetheless.
Right. Yep. And yeah, Akujin, you just see Megan vault over one of the front shields and dash off at top speed towards the castle.
There's a heavy sigh.
No arrows are flying towards her, probably because they're focused on the main body of the column, and B, nobody was probably expecting this to happen.
Nobody was.
But Megan, what's
He's
your
a
speed?
maverick.
I'll be fine.
What's your speed score?
My speed score is, give me just
We'll pick
half
up your
1
corpse
second.
on our way past.
That's probably wise.
Don't pick it up. It's not worth it.
Worth it to me.
Okay, my speed is 12.
12. Okay.
I believe that's fast.
I like how
That's pretty speedy. Yeah.
as
no,
heavily
that's-
armored as
yeah.
I am, I'm only 2 points slower than you.
So you
Drag
cover
it up.
about. So if all you're doing is running, you cover about a quarter of the distance between
Cool.
in this turn between the column and the walls. Alrighty.
And there's, just to be sure,
Mhm.
there's literally nothing that even if I had a ranged attack, I could see to shoot right now. Correct.
Currently, you can barely see a couple of small figures up on the walls, but they're still about 75 yards away.
Yeah, I'm not
You
shooting at them
could-
yet.
I was
I'm
gonna
not,
say,
I'm not a threat right now. The big group is the threat. They're the ones
Right.
going to get shot.
Yep. All right. Which brings us to Liz.
Yes.
On your turn,
Yeah.
you focusing and trying to pierce the obstruction and the obstacles around you. You can see ever so briefly part of a silhouette move in a space between and then just vanish, blending in perfectly once again. Probably about 6, maybe 8 yards into the hedge around you.
Okay.
Akujin's demon attacks the rear guard.
Agajin's demon is dead. You already took care of him.
I know.
Don't worry about it. You're fine.
Withering the plants on here wouldn't really do much because they're already kind of like dormant from winter and stuff. I'm gonna shoot. It's not
Okay.
gonna go well. I'm gonna try and shoot whatever that is out there. I don't like it.
All right. You will be making let me make sure I know which type of character you're attacking with or trying to get.
With my gun. Is this the cop's gun or is this a revolver? I think.
You tell me.
Goodness. I think she's using the revolver.
Okay. You're at a
Yeah.
-2 because of the heavy cover.
Okay. Do I also have anything from the one-eyed?
Let me check.
It's a question I should have looked up, but I did not.
All penalties for range attacks are doubled, so you're actually at a -4.
Okay, this is gonna go great.
Since you don't have depth perception.
Cool. Here we go. Attack roll, yes, -4. Why do I have a weapon penalty? That's a good question. I don't know for sure.
What's your strength rating?
Oh, it's 2. That's why. This is gonna go well.
I was gonna say, I think a light revolver you have to have a strength 3, right?
Yep. It does come out to 2 dice though. I had no successes.
Okay. So everybody there there's a report of a gunshot as Liz points a revolver towards the weeds and just squeezes off around.
Ow.
The gun kicks back. There's a smell of cordite on the air, and everybody just kind of, huh?
There's something out there.
There is. And they leap out of the bushes.
Cool.
Is it more Warg Riders?
No. These are a number of hobgoblins that seem fairly small, but very quick. They're dressed in kind of these dirty, snow-caked rags that are wrapped around their feet and hands as well. They've got lank, stringy hair. Their teeth are just a mess. And they've got little bits of wood and bracken poking out from all corners and places. Two of them actually are going to jump on Phage. What's your armor plus defense for melee attacks?
3 at the moment.
Okay. So they will. So the first one will be at a -3. Second one will be at a -2.
How much?
We'll
How
never
much
get
of that
lower
is
than
your-
2 because my armor is 2.
Okay,
Right.
that-
Yeah, but
that's
that's
a relevant question.
yeah. No, armor is not reduced by by successive attacks unless they have an ability that tears up your armor. Let me make sure this is an attack roll.
That's
The
why.
first number
That's
is
why
for
I'm wearing my
melee, right?
riot gear. My melee armor is 5, and my ranged armor is 6 right now.
Nobody got time for riot gear. They should.
I mean, yeah, they should.
All right, so -3 for the first one. All right, so one of them swings out with this axe, very thin blade, finds a gap in your armor, and you take 2 lethal from that. Second one comes at you for another 3 lethal on the second.
Is activating the off guard just an incidental, or
that is an instant action, so it does take an action on your turn.
Okay.
Which brings us to Phage and Butterfly.
Well, fuck that guy.
What's this in my hand? It's a shotgun.
It is. It's a loaded shotgun.
Yep.
It's about to be an
and
unloaded shotgun.
His defense will not apply to that.
What kind of shotgun is it?
It's a 20 gauge break action.
Does it get 9 agains?
It does.
Most shotguns do.
All shotguns do. It was a rhetorical question.
Well, not all shotguns. It depends on the gauge, but 20 gauge specifically does.
Like, unless you're using the slug ammunition, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the slug ammo, you get a higher damage rating, but you don't get the 9 agains. Because
But if
it's
you
a
got
big
pellet
ass
spray-
bullet thing.
Let's see. Gun locker. Let me look at my specific thing, because the thing about firing both barrels.
What's that thing? It's fun.
Well, I'll let Butterfly make her attack while you're looking
Yeah,
at
go
it. then.
go for that.
Okay. She's gonna take a shot at a fucker. And she's at a -3 since it's melee, and he has not been attacked against yet. So, Liz, you see your girlfriend just step up and open up a gash along this guy's. You assume it would be a cheekbone. You're not sure if they have cheekbones, but it's something in the lower face region. And there's a splatter of something liquid onto the snow. And you see everybody else whipping around, preparing to engage.
It's my girlfriend. Realize I should have done 9 against on that roll for the gun. I'll do it next time.
I will.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't get any 9s, but yes,
No.
you should.
Yeah.
I will spend a glamour to increase my strength by 1 for this action.
Okay.
Because that's all I need. And I will fire both barrels at this asshole, and I will spend a willpower on that shot.
Okay.
By firing both barrels, I turn my 9 against into 8 against.
Good to know.
Via
in other
what?
words, as long as
exactly?
you get successes.
When you fire both barrels of a break action shotgun, you either get 9 against if you didn't, or if you had 9 against, they become 8
they
against.
become 8 against. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's good.
That's the double barrel mechanic. Yep. All the lead all at once.
It increases the strength requirement by 2, which is why I had to spend a glamour to increase my strength by 1 for this.
Yep.
Also, it empties out your shotgun.
It does,
Right.
but I'm about to be punching motherfuckers.
I mean, fair.
But it makes for a hell of an
Nice.
opener.
4 damage.
4 lethal. All right. Yeah. So you just drop it to a rough level with this thing, pull both triggers at the same time, and there's an explosion and a lot of tissue that is no longer attached to this thing's body.
Is it still moving?
Oh, yeah.
All right, then I will drop the shotgun and just go in with brass knuckles.
Okay. There's a clatter of burst automatic fire as some of the winter court that are posted up around start opening up. You can see probably about 12 of these guys have leapt out of the bushes at various points. Apparently spooked by the fact that somebody saw them and squeezed off around, so they decided, fuck it, we're here, let's go. But winter is starting to respond. You note that a number of them are carrying submachine guns and machine pistols. But it's that subdued clatter that you affiliate with silenced firearm rounds.
It's rather than sound like a gun going off, it sounds like someone's hitting a tin can.
Right, yeah, pack, 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 kind of thing.
Sounds like firework, like some very like the what are they? The firecrackers going rather than gunshots.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. But that is what they do on their turn. Alyssa and Butterfly were not subject to attacks yet because they were not being targeted. You do see one of them bearing down on Stitches.
Okay.
Which brings us to Akajan and Lark again.
So I would like to issue this. This might help Lark with her, what I presume is going to be her action. I would like to issue return fire commands for our flanking troopers.
Okay.
Basically, anyone with a ranged attack, particularly elementals, particularly any snowskins we might have. Just you know.
Okay.
Just as we're continuing to lead the march, I'm not dropping my shield, but I turn back and just open up flanks.
All right. And you're pushing forward to keep the column moving?
Yep, keeping the column moving,
Okay.
but having our flanks return fire because they're not holding
Sounds
shields.
good. So, Lark, what are you up to then?
Lark is shooting.
I would like
Okay.
to, if possible, I'd like to use my action to help. I don't know if there's sort of a commander role that I can make that will provide an aid action to the people returning fire, but
Not particularly.
okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You did your best. Okay. So you pick a target, Lark.
How-
Go ahead and
How close are they?
about 10 yards.
I will punctuate that order with a return fire of my own because I have my own shotgun that has a pistol grip, so I can fire it with one hand.
Okay.
Do I have any modifiers for this?
No. It's just a flat firearms roll, unless your firearm has a range shorter than 10 yards, which I don't think either of yours probably do.
Mine 15 is my.
Okay.
Do I just have the? Should I just have the weapon, or do I need to also have firearms?
If you click attack roll at the top
Yes.
of the dice roller, it will attack with whatever weapon you have selected
Okay.
using
You
its
want to-
damage.
you want- You'll want to toggle some weapons, though, to make it cycle and actually pick up that you're using a specific weapon, though, because if you just switch to attack roll and don't do anything, it will mess up.
Yeah. And if you have like I have a shotgun that gets 9 against on the attack. If you've got something like that, you want to select 9 again on the
In
instead
the
of normal.
lower section there. Yep.
And I'm only firing one barrel because I might
Okay.
need to fire a second barrel.
Don't
as
have
we go.
9 agains on this one. Okay.
Alrighty. Go ahead and make your shots, guys.
1 damage.
Nice.
3 damage.
So you Kalipagayakajin, Lark, you bear down, and these guys have they're wearing some sort of heavy clothes, but it's not nearly good enough to be considered armor. And you just plug one of them in the shoulder. He reels back, and you can see blood running down the outside of his arm from where the bullet gouged into the tissue. And you guys are continuing your maneuvering, going forward. Megan, you're running.
Yep. Still running.
All right.
I assume the column returns fire.
Yes, the column opens up. You see at least 4 or 5 of them just under a withering assault of gunfire, and a couple of arrows of their own. It looks like at least one of the Autumn Rangers that joined the column is using a crossbow and just plugs one of them right between the eyes. But a few of them definitely topple off, and just you can hear the thorns crunch under the impact of collapsed bodies.
Question.
Yeah.
If I've already activated something,
Mhm.
I can't try to build towards an exceptional success on it, correct?
No.
Okay. Cool. Then I'm just running.
Okay. You
Unless a
get
target comes into view that.
right. You get to about the halfway point.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a wits and composure at this point to see what you'll be able to work with on your next turn.
1.
1. You can see the wall is about 10 yards high as well, about 30-35 feet in most places. It's a
Okay.
little irregular because you at this range you can see it is quite literally grown out of a mass of twisted vines and thorns and ivy and leaves, and it's made out of hedge plant basically.
So here's my question.
Uh-huh.
With the ability, tread lightly. Since it says I essentially weigh no more than a few ounces, would I be able to? I'm assuming it's not a flat wall.
No.
Would I be able to basically jump my way up that wall without getting fucked up on the thorns because I don't have any weight?
Probably not too badly. If you land on an actual thorn, it will still cut you.
Right.
But less so than, say, Papa Sledge just kind of, Will Ferrelling his way into a Christmas tree or something.
I will keep that in mind for when I reach the wall.
All right. Still the only good scene in that movie, in my opinion.
Wait, what movie?
Elf.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So you are running, but and with 1 success, you can also see a couple of shapes up at the top of the wall that seem to be preparing crossbows of some sort.
Okay.
And that horn is still just sounding over and over, just blast after blast after blast.
Fair.
All right. But you have covered a good deal of distance, and the rest of the group is probably about 30 yards behind you, if not a
Okay.
little more. Yeah. Mhm. So you're fairly well outstripping them, no problem.
Cool.
Okay. Which brings us to Liz.
Okay. What do we have around? I'm just curious, like what equipment we brought in with besides like Stitch's basic like field medic kit. I'm assuming kind of stuff.
Right.
do
So
we-
there's a number of crates of things here.
Okay.
Most of it looks to be there's a lot of first aid gear. There's a lot of survival gear as well. Space blankets, reflective surfaces, sleeping bags, stuff, for insulation and that
Mhm.
sort of thing.
Okay.
Stitch's area has been basically converted into, there are actually a couple of pup tents set up for what you would assume would be short-term triage if need be, to get somebody out of the cold to an extent. And then the rest of the area is mostly marked off by sentries, more or less, and people
Okay.
who are prepared to form backup forces.
Okay, I am not gonna. I can't hit that guy who's aiming for Stitches. I'm going to.
He's out in the open now, so you
try
have less.
and-
Less
He is out in the
disadvantage.
open now.
He is. That's true.
Yeah, no, this would technically be an unpenalized shot. Unless you
gonna
do
try
something
it then.
stupid in the meantime.
I do have many stupid ideas, but I'm gonna try
Sure.
this one.
Okay, so you're not like holding the gun behind your back and trying to do a trick shot or anything
No,
like that. Okay, cool. You're just going to
I'm
shoot
just
the
trying
guy.
to hit that guy.
All right.
All
Roll
right.
me a standard firearms attack then.
Okay,
Yeah, because
good.
one
Alright.
eye just doubles your penalties. It doesn't add any penalties. So if there's
Right,
nothing
yeah,
there,
mhm.
double a zero is
They've got
zero.
a new
was
idea
gonna
for
say-
a new
Yes.
mage now,
Okay.
one that does trick shots with pistols.
I was gonna say, you're questioning whether we have stupid plans, Jack. It's like you don't even know us. Of
I know,
course
right?
we do.
Would it double the penalty? The strength penalty would be my only question.
It would double the strength penalty,
Would-
yes.
would-
Okay, so
Mhm.
then it's minus.
Would
one.
that be entropy to control the number of ricochets from a trick shot
Ooh.
into making sure it hits your target, Jeremy?
Probably.
That's 3 damage.
Most likely, yes.
All
So-
right. Yep. Mhm.
Boom! Ding! Wow, it got you right in the gut.
Or correspondence, conceivably.
I was going to say,
Control
I
the
think,
angle of deflection. Yeah.
yeah, I was going to say correspondence is what I do for my
One
trick
of
shot
those would be
mages.
coincidental, but require a lot more successes than the other one, which would fuck your world up, but would be easier to accomplish.
What if you combine the
So
two?
yeah, 3 damage. So
Interesting
this guy
angle.
is bearing down on Stitches, who turns around and you see he's got something in his hand, and you just plug one right into his rib cage, and he staggers sideways, giving Carl just enough time
To shoot him in the head.
to squeeze off a shot of his own. Okay. Do. Make sure we got the right things chosen.
Damn it, Liz, I'm a doctor, not a gunslinger.
And fuck it, he'll spend a willpower on this. Why not?
And fuck him up, he will.
There we go.
And there's just a ridiculously loud sound, and you see Carl's hand windmill back over his shoulder from the recoil. He's got some weird, very short-barreled, but a really broad gauge to it. And yeah, you just see most of this guy's chest come out the back. and
I like the description.
just splatter into the.
The name of the weapon is gun. Yep.
Yep.
Extrude
as-
gun.
Gun.
All right. So yeah,
Gun.
that's the
That's
thing
my
that
turn.
Carl did. So yeah, congratulations. 5 damage would not have been enough to kill him, but 8 damage definitely is.
Good.
So technically, you just saved Carl a lot of trouble. And that is one goblin that's gone down. Okay, which brings us to them as they attack Phage. All right. Phage, there's only one of them that's still squaring off with you. The rest have been diverted to other locations. And
I
seem
will
to
not
be
brawling dodge like I was planning to.
there. Nope, that's the eye jabbers, hair hunters. That's what I'm looking for. And you see him screw up his jaw and just look up at you, make a feint with his blade, and then lunge forward. All right, as he's going to spend a willpower.
Oh well. If I guess in that case, I will brawling dodge.
Okay, so your brawling dodge is going to put your penalty at what then?
That will increase my dodge by 3, so that'll be a -5 total.
-5 total, so that puts him at a +2 instead of a +7. All right, as you suffer another 2 lethal
Good thing too.
as you maneuver to the side, but somehow this thing is ridiculously fast and manages to get inside your guard. It's a much lighter wound than it would have been otherwise, but he manages to get through and still tag part of your flesh, and you can start to feel that drifting cold starting to seep in through those injuries that you have currently taken.
Taken a lot, by the way.
Yeah, you have.
The physician, heal thyself.
I would love to, but first I have to stop being attacked so I can actually have an action on my turn.
Okay.
I'm sure if you ask
All right.
them nicely.
Which brings us to Phage and Butterfly. Now, Phage, you took the dodge action, right?
Yep,
So,
so my action is consumed for the turn.
your action is consumed. You can try and maneuver out of the way, or I'm trying to think if there's anything else you can do when you've used up your action currently. Your move is basically all that would be left there.
I will try and
Butterflies.
get clear.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and give me a dexterity and athletics as you try and dance your way back from this guy who is apparently dead set on doing you a heckin' murder.
Dead Set Radio.
I have a success.
Okay. So you manage to push back and clear a couple yards space between yourself and this thing. As Butterfly comes in to try and give you some backup.
And this one's already 4 dots injured, so
Murder,
Yep.
Butterfly, murder.
She's going to try.
Murder Phage. Butterfly, murder Phage.
You see her step up and she just gives that kukri that had been
River-
lent her an
River
overhand
Tam
toss.
this shit.
Catches it by the grip again, and come on, Butterfly. Misses, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Takes a wild swing at this thing, but it is pursuing you, and the blade misses the back of its neck by inches.
It's the flourish. The flourish did it.
Yeah. She got cocky. She tried to show off. Akajin and Lark.
Continue pushing forward. Unload second
Okay.
round into flanking
right.
target.
Go ahead and make your shot there. Lark, are you doing the move and fire as well?
Yeah, shoot whatever's
Alright.
closest.
Sounds good.
2 damage.
Okay.
I roll so many dice and only get 2 successes.
5 damage.
So we'll say the two of you both draw a bead on one. Akujin, you rock it back in its saddle and Lark just puts one underneath the jaw and up through the top of the head, out the back of the spinal column, and it just poof, slumps over and vanishes under leaves, thorns, and snow. The wargs that have been de-ridered are starting to pick their way through. This brush, despite not hurting them, does seem to have slowed them down somewhat, but they're getting close enough that some of the back end and stragglers of the column are in danger of getting in direct melee combat with them.
This is where Akujin has to think about what's good for the column versus what's good for what he wants to do. Because he wants to hand his shield off and run to the back and protect everybody, but he also should probably be one of the first people through the gate.
That's true.
So it's like,
but you guys continue your move and get closer to the gate. You're about a third of the way there.
all right.
Which brings us back to Megan, who I assume is running some more.
Unless I get some indication to do something different.
Okay. Right about now,
by which I mean something that indicates to me, not orders, because we are beyond orders at this.
Right. What's the range on your guns?
Yeah, you're far too far ahead, and I'm distracted by being
20, 40,
attacked
80.
to issue any orders.
20, 40, 80?
For my goal.
With one move, you would be within firing range. You would be within medium range of the guys on top of the wall.
But I'm correct right now that, not to sound cold-hearted about it,
Sure.
they are shooting at the column, not at me currently.
Currently, yes, that
like
is true.
they are not really paying me much mind as the sole crazy idiot who's running up and probably can't get up the wall.
Valid.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see if my climb the wall gambit works.
Megan,
Okay.
our assassin, leading the way to open the gates.
A little bit.
Okay. So,
Because he fired at the column, all of a sudden Megan's over the wall. Hi!
with that in mind, then, you are 3/4 of the way there, and you, by the end of your next turn, will probably be at the base of the wall.
Cool.
All right. The moving fire seems to be doing okay, Akujin, from your current analysis. There are some people who have dropped. Some of them are being helped along by comrades that are a little closer in. People begin moving them to the interior of the column and putting fresh bodies on the outside so that they're in less hazard of actually getting killed and are simply continuing as wounded soldiers. But Liz, that brings us to you.
Yeah. How many of them are still kind of around us? We've got one going after Phage, but
You've got one going after Phage. There are probably half a dozen currently on the mixed in.
Okay.
But they're outnumbered currently right now.
Okay. All right. And the one going out, it's just one that seems like it's close enough to kind of go after Phage. None of the other,
Right.
no other
Everybody
ones
else.
around here?
So like you see Sunset over there with some sort of melee weapon, fending a couple of them off in a knot with a couple other Spring Court members. The Winter Court seems to be kind of holding the boundary and occasionally turning to anybody who's broken through the ring and trying to take them down with precision strikes that way.
Okay. All right. I'm going to Fickle Fate, the one that's trying to get at Phage. It's a glamour. I don't think I have to make a roll for it or anything. It just is. Yeah. They get a -2 on their roll.
Okay.
This is the Hearth contract.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's your first Hearth contract, right?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay. Let me see.
Well, that one's been injured already, hasn't it been?
Yes, it's pretty
Yes.
injured. Yes.
It's pretty injured.
It's pretty injured.
Never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be selfish. I'm gonna do Glimpse of Fortune's Favor. Not casting it reflexively, because I think we've got a little bit of lull, and I think I'm probably safe. So just one glamour. I do a Wits and Weird. This is from the Rites of Spring book. It's my Contracts of Omen. 2.1. And I get if I succeed, I get to roll twice for my next action.
Okay.
As I see slightly into the future.
All right.
I wonder how Liz is going to feel if her being selfish gets Phage killed.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. How injured
you are currently at a +1 for this, as you are standing somewhat near one of those large standing mirrors and therefore can glimpse yourself and your own reflection in that mirror.
Okay.
To answer your question, I am 2 lethal away from full damage.
Oh, okay. I'm still gonna do it. Sorry. All right. Wits and Weird. I don't have a penalty on this.
Because I have taken 7 damage from these 3 attacks.
Weird.
I have taken 7 of 9.
It's a sheet roll.
Funny, you don't look like a Borg.
It's a sheet roll that is not.
Then again, now that it's 7 of 9.
I'm gonna spend a willpower on this. Why not? I've got willpower.
So you're at a
Let's spend them.
+4.
+4.
You absolutely did. She looked like a Borg who was part of an expanded canon.
3 successes.
All the Borgs before 7 of 9. Pale, corpse-looking motherfuckers that are mostly machine. 7 of 9. Mostly sexy lady with a little bit of machine.
Like I said, expanded canon.
So yeah, as you look into the mirror, for a moment there, you can see your mirror's reflection kind of reach out towards you, and you almost expect that hand to come out and wrap around the exterior of the frame, but it doesn't.
Okay.
And as you blink back and forth and kind of catch the faintest glimpse, you see yourself pulling something out. Is it a gun? Is it your med kit? You can't quite tell, but you've got just that sense of insight into the future coming up for your next turn.
Okay, that's my turn.
Phage and Butterfly.
You looked into the future and you saw that you're going to shoot a motherfucker next turn.
Did the goblin not attack me? Isn't their turn before ours?
Oh, actually, yes. Yes, it is.
It's like, if he doesn't attack me, I'll just heal myself. But if he's going to attack me, I kind of have to brawling dodge.
Okay. He's going to try and attack you. Yep.
Well, I have to brawling dodge then. I'm still going to have to brawling dodge.
Okay. All right. So that puts you the penalty at 5 rather than 3, right? Okay.
Wait. No, that's incorrect. It should be 6 because it adds my brawl to my defense.
Adds your brawl. Yep. All right. So penalty of 6. -6. Ba-doop.
Good thing I did too.
Good thing you did. All right. So yeah, lashes out and there's another spatter of Phage's blood across the snow. Butterfly is going to try her thing again, and she's actually going to really try and make this work. So she's going to spend a willpower, which negates his defense.
For those that can't see the
Ba-doop.
roll 20,
Oh!
these hobs are called
So he
air hobs.
lunges forward, and as he steps back to catch his balance, you just see a flash of metal as this kukri in Butterfly's hand crosses just below his jaw, and the head just and then the body falls to the other side as Butterfly decapitates this hobgoblin. And then bends down and picks up the head. Turns it over. and is just kind of staring into these slack, lifeless eyes with the mouth gaping open and the blood running down her forearm now. It's a weird, like it's blood-ish. It's more brown than red. All right. But Phage has the increased defense for the round. And we are back to Akajan and Lark.
Question.
Yeah.
Am I within 12 yards?
Because
Of-
sorry to interrupt, but because
yeah.
I would still be able to move, am I able to get over to Stitches?
Yeah, definitely.
Am I within 12 yards of all of the lead and steel shot that came out of my shotgun and other people's guns that hit and impacted or missed various goblins in the thorns?
You are definitely not within any of the lead that missed. That shit flies. Far more than 12 yards.
Okay.
You're within range of some lead that's hit bodies. Both allies and enemies.
Because I understand that the thorns are slowing the wolves, but they're not going to stop them.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to, and it's up to you as to whether or not this is possible, because I'm trying to be creative with metal, the element that is very difficult to do anything with in Changeling. I would like to turn all of that ammunition that's in the hedge around those wargs into caltrops with control elements. My range on control elements is willpower times 2, which is 12 yards.
Mm-hmm. You could do that. There's not enough lead to make enough caltrops that it would cause a problem. Yeah.
Trying to be creative.
No, valid thought. That would be more of a thing of somebody has been shooting a minigun a la the helicopter in the first Matrix movie, and you turn all of that brass into caltrops. That's the sort of volume you would need.
How much brass is on the ground in our wake?
Like a couple handfuls worth.
Okay. Could I... How many wargs are there?
About a dozen.
What I can do is only going to affect like one warg at most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to press forward with the rest of the column. Then, I will, like sort of as sort of a rallying visual, and also as a thing that'll sort of single me out as a target for things because I'm one of the more heavily armored individuals in this column. I will one-hand the Zweihander up into the air and activate it reflexively. Okay. So, I don't think it costs me anything. I think it just damages me once it's done. The sword has just sort of like cracked, like like sort of Damascus steel almost effect all up and down it, and is lined with like what look like adorned, like painted on beads of blood. Mm-hmm. As I activate it, all of that blood begins to flow up and down the blade, giving it what professionals refer to as an anime aura, of just this red mist flowing up and down the blade around it and to my hand and back as I activate the broken.
Okay.
Check and see if
let me look at your
activate
your sword.
Blade.
So you activate it like you activated tokens. You can either spend a glamour as a reflexive or roll your weird as a reflexive.
Okay, I'll spend a glamour.
Okay.
Done.
So yeah.
I don't have to do any roll.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and basically its damage increases by 2, so it now does 6 damage with 9 agains. It increases by my weird. So it now does 6 damage with 9 against. And I will take that I will take that bonus 2 damage as bludgeoning damage once it deactivates at the end of the scene.
Once the scene ends. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Might kill me, but it'll be awesome.
Well,
Right.
if it's bludgeoning damage, it might knock you unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can die from bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, if I'm already unconscious.
You know, it's possible to beat somebody to death.
Yeah.
All right. And Lark, you gonna take another shot at somebody?
Yes.
You are in, as they say, a target-rich environment.
I don't suppose
Alright.
I don't suppose there's like an inspiration roll I could make for the.
You could do a presence, and if you're trying to affect the enemy's perception, it'll be presence and intimidation. If you're trying to encourage your allies, it'll be presence and expression.
Would leadership apply for my allies, and would
Yes.
iconic apply for intimidation?
Yes.
Could I do both?
No, you can pick one.
I'm going to inspire my ally with an intimidation.
Okay.
So presence, expression, +1.
It's probably smart just because intimidating your enemies probably just makes you a target.
I'll give you an extra +1 for the sword and the whole thing, since this is technically the first time you've unsheathed it and you've laid some groundwork, especially amongst your summer allies, for what this shit's about.
Does my mantle apply because I'm mostly surrounded by summer?
Sure, why not?
Hey! +6, all right.
Oh.
Hey,
It's a good
that
thing you
is
had
not
that
a
mantle.
failure.
2 successes.
A lot of ones, though, unfortunately.
Ugh.
All right. But yeah, no, there's an answering shout from amongst your allies, and there's a little bit of a surge forward as they sort of tighten up their ranks and begin to increase the push.
I don't know if that'll help Lark at all, but
It's not going to help Lark's shooting, but it's going to help you guys get to the walls a little quicker.
Oh.
All right.
I
Meanwhile, Lark
rolled-
finds another hobgoblin or warg, whichever.
I rolled, but it's not showing up right now.
Try rolling it again.
All right. Nope.
is there a pop-up window hiding behind your character sheet asking you to input additional dice?
Nope.
Hmm.
Refresh roll 20, try again.
Valid.
Okay. Hold on.
While she's in the middle of refreshing the page, we'll just see 2 rolls suddenly show up in the.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
1 for 7, 1 for 12.
Exactly.
As Lark murders 2 people because she got confused.
I'm amused that your Roll20 profile, by the way, Holly, still says Holly Harris.
Yeah.
There we go.
3
All
damage.
right. Another solid wounding hit on one of the enemy as you guys continue down through.
You have
And let me-
consistently done 3 damage every shot, Holly.
No, I did 5 damage last time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there was a 5 damage one
Yeah,
too,
'cause
but yeah.
We teamed up and
Oh,
killed
shit.
a guy.
All right. But yeah, and in response to Akajin's call for charge, you guys see another swath of these hobgoblins fall, and a couple of the wargs slowly making their way towards the edge. A couple of them also fall muzzled down into the brush. Which brings us to Megan.
Run.
And you have now reached the foot of the walls.
Ran so
There's an
far,
archway
run
as
so
where the pathway ends.
Right in here.
And I don't know, you're fine. There's an arch door, probably a good 20 feet across, with a heavy portcullis that is currently blocking entry to the interior of this fortification, and then just looming walls about 30 to 40 feet in height at various points above you. And you can see a number of hobgoblins arrayed with what looks like to be polearms and shields. Give me a wits and composure -1 as well, as you're trying to get, as you are now at a point where you can get an eye into the interior, but it is slightly obstructed by the barricade.
Nice.
3.
And one immense hobgoblin lurching forward with a heavy axe, and one massive left leg and one very small right leg. And he's got this weirdly misshapen physiology to him, where half of him is much bigger than the other half of him, almost like a kind of a classic Fomorian type type physiology, and just swinging it wildly back and forth, preparing for what seems to be an imminent breach of their interior, or at least preparing for that sort of thing.
Ah, you my bitch. Okay.
The big one's mine.
You fuck up. You're leading.
Okay. Which brings us to Liz.
Yes. Well, that one's dead. Phage has gone off to Carl Stitches, who is much better able to heal. I can't actually really heal too well. It's mostly just stabilizing people who are dying. I'm gonna shoot at something near me. Kind of
Phage.
looking around what seems to be what?
I said Phage.
No, not shooting at Phage. Basically whatever seems like the biggest threat. There was some on Sunset Blue. Anyone else who's like anything else going after Carl Stitches would probably be a priority. Do I see anything like that?
Give me a wits and composure.
This is where Liz reveals herself to be the traitor.
Four successes.
4 successes. With 4 successes, you notice a couple things.
Okay.
Firstly, the moon has slightly risen over the edge of this clearing.
Okay.
And while normally it appears as a very pale orb, you watch as a single shooting star crosses over the top of it. And following its path, almost in synchronization with it, it turns gold to a deep red.
Okay.
Also, there's 2 hobgoblins that are kind of threatening sunset right now. And those seem to be the closest 2.
Okay, I'm gonna try and hit one of them.
All right. Go ahead and make a firearms attack.
When
All right.
you wish upon a star.
Makes no difference who you are. You're dead.
I was going to say, makes no difference who you are. You could be a changeling or a goblin queen.
I'm gonna spend willpower on this. Why not? Do I want to? No, because I have I can roll twice. We're gonna save that. Okay. Let's see here.
Luck coin.
I have -1. I'm gonna roll that again.
Yep, because you get to roll twice.
Yes. 3 damage that time.
All right. Yep.
The focusing paid off.
So you pull the gun out and you focus down and you remember the position that you saw your reflection in, and you adjust slightly. And at the very last moment, it moves, and you realize your first shot would have gone completely wide and hit who knows what on the other side. But now that you've changed, you're right where you needed to be, and bam! The bullet burns into this thing and just tumbles it into the snow, and there's a spray of powder as it falls dead.
Ooh. That's my turn.
Nicely done. All right. So, Phage, you're over by Carl, who looks you up and down and says, well, you look like shit.
Feel like it too.
Open your mouth.
I will accept whatever healing he does because I'm assuming he goes before me.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. He crams something in. Roll stamina.
Just stamina.
Just stamina.
Bam. A success.
Okay. You heal 2 lethal
Sweet.
as you mow down on some sort of goblin fruit that he crammed in your mouth. And it's your turn.
Thank you, Doc. And a little bit more for myself, and I will. I will activate one for the blood, which costs me a willpower and a glamour. And can I spend another willpower on this roll, even though I spent one for activating it?
Yeah.
Okay.
To
Fortunately,
give yourself a +3.
Yeah.
fortunately, this is a goblin fruit that is just hallucinogenic.
Right, so
Just
you only think
think
you
you're
healed 2,
Yep.
right?
So let's see what's the roll. It is wits,
You also
medicine,
think
and
you're a
mental.
giant.
No, that one can actually be true. I'm wearing the armor for it.
Ah, but you only think you're have it activated.
Wits, medicine, mantle plus my +3. Fucking.
2 more lethal.
All right. So you downgrade 2 more of your lethal to bashing.
Yes. Or I could get rid of 1 lethal entirely, but I'll downgrade him to bashing because that seems better.
Okay.
Welcome to my role.
As I roll 11 dice and get 2 successes.
In there.
Lot of 4s and 5s in there.
Live
It's
there.
true.
I can't wait for Changeling 5th edition.
All right.
Technically, Changeling 3rd edition.
I mean, yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna be rolling.
And
I'm gonna be rolling 15 dice when I swing my broken blade. I wonder how many successes I'll get.
4.
2.
Butterfly is going to do what she do, which in this case is a strength and athletics roll.
She's throwing the head at someone.
Yes, she is.
Beautiful.
You are absolutely
Beam
right.
them with the hobgoblin skull.
Hey!
That was not what that was supposed to do. That I
Oh.
had that set up as an attack roll. Strength and athletics. There we go. Boop.
She did better.
Yep, she just whips that decapitated head across, and it just cracks into the back of another hobgoblin's head.
The sound of bowling pins being knocked over.
Yep. Strike. And Oxygen and Lark.
Continue leading the charge because there's nothing else useful I can do right now.
Okay, so you're just pushing everybody forward as fast as you can.
As,
Go ahead and
as
give
fast
me
and
a,
safely as I can. 'Cause
Sure.
I know there are traps
No,
in
you
the
you guys were told to what to look out for, and you've instructed your other shield bearers as to, hey, when the snow dips down, you move around. Go ahead and give me a stamina athletics.
I'm good at that.
Well, good. It's nice when I can give you guys a roll pool that you're actually good at.
Any bonuses?
Is that for both of us or just?
That's for Akujin specifically, since
Okay.
he's leading the church.
Any bonuses to that?
Not currently, no.
0 successes.
Okay.
I'm good at
You
that.
continue
Doesn't
at standard
It
speed.
doesn't mean I'll succeed.
Right. Yeah, because you don't have any ranged options now because you've unloaded your shotgun already. But Lark, as you continue along with part of the crowd, you can make your attacks also.
I could reload
Okay.
my shotgun, but I've got a sword in one hand and a shield in the other. Neither one of them are really one-handed objects, so it's.
Mhm.
3 damage.
Okay. All right. You put another. You put a warg down this time. Actually, there's a lot of crossfire going back and forth. And a few changelings have definitely been incapacitated. But rather than breaking off at this point, they're just trying to drag them along with in the middle of the column.
I would have shouted at the two that I gave triage duty to make
Yeah.
sure to keep them along until we can pass shields off to them.
Okay. Easy enough. They are doing so. You guys are about 2/3 of the way there. And that brings us to Megan. You gonna climb?
Yep.
Okay. So
Boing, boing,
climbing
boing, boing,
is
boing, boing, boing.
Yep. So just make me a strength and athletics. There's no bonuses because basically
Correct. I didn't
the
get
active right. It gives you, it just lets you make the roll at this point,
Right.
pretty much. And you can spend willpower if you want
Yeah,
to.
this is going to be one of those times I'll spend the willpower.
Okay.
I've been saving them. 2 successes.
2 successes. All right. You are about 2/3 of the way up the wall. You
Cool.
just start
Hopefully,
moving
at some
as-
point, I'll be able to do something other than run.
Yeah. Moving as quickly and gracefully as you can.
Legit, this is my own choice. I'm
Yeah.
not complaining at all.
Yeah. But yeah, no, you
Same.
you make a couple of quick leaps and manage to scramble up without any damage taken, which is
Yep.
fairly impressive. And currently, you have the toe of a shoe wedged into one notch, and you've got a hand wrapped around about a 6-inch width length of vine that doesn't have any thorns on it, and you're looking for your next grip.
Yep.
Yeah, no, as somebody who has done lots of rock climbing, that's a really cool contract, and I wish it was real.
Right?
I'm looking forward to like me actually getting any successes on my next charge roll, and you getting to the top of the wall at the same time we get to the gate.
Alrighty. Liz,
Yes.
as you prepare to sort of look around and see what's happening, there's a crashing sound.
Okay.
And this massive beast, probably about 10 foot tall at the shoulder, looking unlike any animal you've seen in the real. It's almost entirely made of fur. But low on its maybe torso, there's just this mouth that drops open. You can see row after row of short but apparently very sharp teeth, and this waft of it's like the worst dog breath you've ever smelled with a little bit of abattoir dumped on top of it.
Cool.
Of this,
cool.
as it reverberates this out over the clearing. And you can see a couple of smaller hobgoblins kind of squirming in and out of this fibrous fur that covers most of its body. Does not appear to have any eyes anywhere. But it's the kind of a weird Adventure Time horror hedge beast thing.
Okay. I
Probably
don't like
weighs
it.
at least 300 or 400 pounds, if not more.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna dodge.
Okay.
Start
And-
shaking.
And this is where I'm gonna do the hearth Fickle Fate. I'm gonna curse that thing. That
Okay.
feels like a good idea.
So you inflict Fickle Fate on
This monster.
Okay.
Yep. It's got a -2 to whatever it might do.
Alrighty. Sounds good.
There's another glamour gun. Okay. Oh, that's that. Then I can't dodge because it's an instant. Yeah. Yeah. Then I'll just curse it and won't.
You'll just
and
curse it?
Try,
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll curse it and try to get something between me and it. There are boxes of things around. I'm getting behind
Yep.
a box.
Okay. So you curse it and scramble behind a box.
Yep. That's my turn.
Okay. Easy enough. Which brings us to the hobgoblins. As this thing lurches down on a close, nearby at hand winter courtier. We'll see what happens there.
If it eats all of the winter court, then none of them will be left to try to assassinate us.
This is true.
That's not something going through Lys's brain.
It's not going through Arcasion's brain either because he doesn't know what's there.
The winter courtier is nimble enough to get slightly out of the way and only gets part of his leg bit.
Okay.
Rolls a teeth's attack.
Teeth.
Yep.
That's with-
I'm not super when it comes to hedge critters and stuff and really any characters here, it's just whatever occurs to me at the time of what they're probably attacking with. So yes, you get attacked with gun and shit like that. But yes, this is called a hedge mouth. And it's a big furry critter that tucks its legs in and just rolls through the hedge in order to get places. And then it stops and bites you.
So it's Sonic the Hedgehog, but with more teeth.
Kind of like Sonic the Hedgehog, but if it was worse if he was worse in every way.
So the first CGI rendition of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Before they fixed it, yeah.
The one with human legs.
The human legs wasn't the problem. The human teeth were the problem.
Right. The
And
fact
the
that his
eyes.
entire torso opens up with human teeth inside that have been filed to points. And he never brushes or flosses. Okay. And another hobgoblin comes out, having noticed that Butterfly is playing.
Oh, did it suffer the -2 on that attack, by the way?
Oh, no, I'm going to have to re-roll that with a
Oh, I
-2.
thought it was-
Deals
it.
more damage.
Yeah, I was about to say it
I
can deal
mean-
more damage.
It could, but is it gonna?
Yes.
Why is that listed as a simple roll? It's an attack roll, you bastard. I think my browser just has decided it doesn't give a shit about Roll20.
Most browsers do that eventually.
Mm-hmm. I'm real mad. Actually, this is a good time to take a break while I fix my browser.
All right, and while I fix cameras, we'll be back in just a bit. If you're watching on Twitch, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. We're back.
Hi, everybody. I'm eating an orange.
A dinosaur story.
So, yeah, that shit happened. Big Mouth came out back towards the gate people. You guys are more or less reaching areas, and it's Phage's turn, I think, is where we left off.
Probably.
Yep.
I will.
Quick, eat a goblin.
There aren't any goblins within reach.
Sure there are. They're all climbing on the exterior of this, what would happen if you blew up a ping pong ball that was made mostly of fur, roughly to the size of a VW bus?
It's
The
Pac-Man's
giant
persona.
turtle.
It's Pac-Man's persona.
Absolutely not. Those are
Giant
not
omnivorous tribble.
Those are not words that you just said.
A tribble would definitely be Pac-Man's persona.
No. Pac-Man doesn't have legs. And this thing never goes
Yes, he
waka
does.
waka.
Pac-Man has legs and arms.
I like how Jack is trying to process that.
Not the classic version.
You can say
Only
that
in
if
the
you want to.
stupid-
It doesn't make it true.
Only in the stupid reboots.
And in Smash.
That counts as a reboot.
And in the art on the side of the classic arcade.
Counts as a reboot.
The game that he was originally in?
It was an artist's interpretation. It is not canon.
It's on all the arcades.
Artist interpretation.
I'm of the opinion that there's not enough Pac-Man lore for there to be a canon. So,
There is
I'm
a
just
canon,
saying-
and it does not include legs.
He has a
Okay.
wife and a child, which means he also has a penis somewhere.
That is not-
Excuse me.
We don't know
That-
how they reproduce.
I was going to say, there is no canon. I guarantee there is no canon that says that Pac-Mans reproduce sexually. I believe they reproduce by subdivision, like an amoeba.
Anyway.
I can point you to some fanfics that definitely clarify that Pac-Man's reproduce sexually.
Fanfic is by definition not canon.
I will walk over
Unless
to where
it's
my
50 Shades
Oh, I was like,
of
tell that
I
to
w-
50 Shades of Grey.
I will walk over to where my shotgun is and pick up my shotgun and reload it as my action.
Okay.
Something,
sounds good.
something Omegaverse.
And I will then walk
boy.
back towards the triage station so I can be between them and people trying to kill the wounded, even though I am one of the wounded right now.
Oh, you mean the triage station that is literally underneath this thing that is about ready to eat, half the clearing by itself?
Oh, is it? Is
Sure.
it?
Okay.
Is it? I thought Stitch and I were on the other side of the clearing from it. Okay.
No. It rolled out pretty much right next to you, fuckos.
Okay. Well, then I will just go grab my shotgun then
Okay.
and reload it.
Click. There you go. Reloaded shotgun. Butterfly's trying to find where her head landed. So that's what she's up to.
She's got a kukri. Get a new one.
But that one is hers. She doesn't want a new one. She already has one. Oxygen and Lark.
She is.
I like
so
it when
the
multiple
traitor.
characters roll the same initiative, because then I can just be like, you do it at the same time. Fuck off.
Press forward, men and women and non-binaries.
Cool.
Press forward and shoot.
Stamina athletics for Oxygen. Gun roll for Lark.
One success.
Cool.
3 damage.
All right. We're keeping it consistent. Here we go. Some of us are even getting better.
Slowly but sure.
The final heave, you guys have gotten up to the base of the wall. You've managed to, fortunately, due to excellent perception and organizational roles, avoided all of the booby traps that could have murdered many of you along the way. And you are now between a rock and a hard place, as it were, or between a Thornwarg herd and a thorny portcullis.
As soon as we get to the portcullis, I pass that shield off to the people that will be dragging people back towards triage when they get an opening. And you said there were 2 Autumn Rangers with us?
There's a couple.
I was sort of like, in that case, just like sort of to the backline ranged fighters, I will indicate for them to cover them while they prepare to start taking the wounded back.
Okay.
Because those wargs need to be dealt with before they can start dragging people back.
Alrighty. Meanwhile, the Keys steps up. Invokes his contract. That was a fun voice.
It's your ride!
It's your ride!
And there's a pimento taco in the glove box. I apologize to anybody who has not played Borderlands.
I don't.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a lot of 10s. The Keys steps up and just sinks those big meat hooks of his with those fingernails that look more like the teeth of a backhoe scoop. And starts ripping. He makes some gouges in this here portcullis. But Megan, it's your turn.
Boing, 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 boing. I'm gonna carefully climb down now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go home. I'm tired. No,
I showed off enough. Everybody saw it. I got some good selfies.
Yep. No. I'm
Wow, I just realized that this is the internal monologue for several people last week, Wednesday. Not realizing that they're going to get arrested by the FBI on the way home.
And put on no-fly lists. The no-fly lists have been the best thing. Just videos.
The no-fly list videos have been fantastic.
Videos of people losing their shit in an airport because they're terrorists.
I have no issue being on the Goblin Queen no-fly list.
So strength athletics, if you're going to try and get the rest of the way to the top. This will cover your movement.
Oh man, there's an ogre kid called Witch Tooth.
Yeah, that's what Clink is.
That would be 2 successes.
You are up and over the battlements, sir.
Okay.
It's about 5 feet wide, and you can see a couple fuckers with crossbows who are like, well, shit, somebody's up here.
Yes, somebody is. Who's that? I'm going to take a shot at one of them.
Throw them down to us.
No!
You have a pit of goblin disposal right to your side.
I mean, I could throw them down to you and then go after the big guy.
Good.
No, we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and take a couple shots because I'm not going to use my action to leap down right in front of me like, ha! Now I'm out of shit to do.
It's a race to see who gets to the big guy first.
So yes, I take aim.
Okay.
Attack roll. Gun.
Do you practice gun fu?
2 damage.
All right. So, yep.
Ow.
Bang! And one of them jerks back, having been hit by a round and taking a lot of blood that he was keeping inside, now on the outside.
Sounds like somebody made some bad decisions in life.
Liz.
Oh,
Nom
fine.
nom.
Yeah, I don't like it. Let's see. Well, it's big. Does it have its mouth like just sort of open? Could I shove something? No, everything's big and heavy.
I mean, if you were going to try and like obstruct the mouth a la Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi style, you would need something roughly the size of a pool table.
Okay. We have crates.
There
and
is
they're
a-
all,
there is a-
anything that big would be heavy.
There is a large toolbox full of weapons nearby.
Yes, but that is a thing that can be picked up with one hand. That is not
Yeah.
a large chest
Pool
freezer.
tape.
No.
Yeah.
You throw enough knives into his mouth, I'm sure it'll hurt.
Okay. All right.
So what I'm learning from this is from now on we need to bring a refrigerator to all of our fights.
Right.
Paige would
On a hand-
appreciate that,
on a
especially
hand-
if it's
Yeah,
full of
right?
food.
Yeah,
Especially if it's full of food.
Oh yeah, of course it has food in it, and then that when you're done
Otherwise,
with
what's
it,
the
then
point
you
of the
wedge it into
refrigerator?
The giant smell.
Well,
Paige gets a free gluttonous feast of health off of it and then throws it in somebody's face.
I'm gonna
It's an
try.
excellent
and
way to
shoot
transport
it.
prisoners, too.
Yep. I'm gonna try and shoot it.
Okay. It has enough heavy hide on it that it gets 1 point of armor against your firearms attack. So you're just at a -1 for this one.
Okay. All right. And
Doubled because of your one eye.
got it. So -2. Yeah. I think that's really the only thing I can do. All right, here we go. I think I still have it set up. Yes. And I'm spending willpower on this.
Okay.
Because why not? Which
Why
makes
not
it
indeed?
+1.
Yes.
8 damage.
Well, damn.
Fuck
you
that
were like-
guy.
What?
So Liz is just
Really
running through
laughing.
things in her mouth, and she's like, well, it's a little small to block his mouth, but I mean, the mouth is right there. It's a bullet. And the thing shudders and shifts. It's not dead, but you know, when it opens a very large mouth and therefore reduces the amount of, difficult tissue between it and the tender parts, you take advantage of what you got, I guess, Liz.
Yep. I duck back down.
Right.
It's my
Punctured an
turn.
organ somewhere.
That hit something, man.
Blood starts pouring out of where the eyes should be.
You have no idea where the eyes should be on this thing.
No.
I said where the eyes should be, not where the eyes are.
Phage, it's your turn.
It is.
Not the goblin's turn.
As several winter courtiers open up on this thing.
Good news, you've angered it.
Don't-
Bad news, you've angered it.
Isn't the enemy turn before Phage's turn?
But all of the other ones are dead, and this thing just got shot in the mouth, so it's taken a minute.
Okay, so there are no other hobgoblins to deal with right now.
There are a few, but they are literally on this thing.
Okay, so there's no purpose for activating the Artwork Scar right now then.
Unless you want an extra health dot.
Yeah, which would be nice, but I'm not in immediate danger.
Shotgun, unload.
Basically, yeah.
You just loaded it
Um,
back up. Now unloaded.
Yeah. I put the shells in, now the shells go out.
Okay.
So we're going to
Shells go in, shells come out.
I'm just gonna fire one so I don't have to put more glamour into my strength right now. And so I have
Alright.
a second shot next round. So I just get 9 agains. And I won't put a willpower into this either, just because I need to hold on to that. So I'm gonna -1 for its armor.
Mm-hmm.
1 damage.
Okay. There's a little bit of there's a chunk, but mostly fur, but some blood that gets torn off of one side of this thing. As Phage pumps a shell into its body. Butterfly finds her head.
Throws it at the big guy.
No, she just found it at this point. Her entire turn was finding it this turn. Oxygen and Lark.
Has Keys opened up enough of a hole for somebody to get through yet?
You could try. That would be a dexterity and athletics. You would need 3 successes, and you might take some thorns damage getting through.
So no. I am going to say I've already passed the shield off. I've already given my orders out.
You can help him. I mean, you've got a metal weapon in hand, and this is a dense and strong but still plant-based obstacle.
I was actually gonna, if I could, hold until he's got a hole in the portcullis, so that I could be the first one in and swing my sword at.
Okay.
I basically have like sword is at the ready, and I'm just sort of like, as soon as there's enough room for me to get in, I'm going to get in and swing at the biggest person that I can reach on the other side of it.
Okay. So you're holding for that. Lark, what are you up to?
How close are we to the gate?
You guys, you are a couple rows back. You could move up and shoot through it if you wanted to.
Or you could shoot the guys on top of the wall.
You could aim for the guys on the
Yeah,
top of the
that's a good
wall.
idea.
You could aim for some of the
Yeah.
thorn wargs behind you guys that are coming up on your rear line.
Lark is gonna aim for one of the guys on top of the wall.
Okay. So given the angle of shot, they do have some cover from you since you're shooting from such a low angle. So you'll be at a -1 for this one.
Okay.
3 damage.
Probably.
2 damage.
So Megan, the one behind the one you shot, a bullet comes up from below and clips part of his shoulder.
Sweet.
Nicely done. And roll for keys. Oh God.
Keys.
All right.
If we've got the keys, why are we bothering with this door?
The keys walks up and yeah, so basically he sinks another hand in and you see those muscles ripple and then suddenly there's just about a 5-foot section just ripped back with a snapping, tearing sound. As Akujin lunges forward, Aragorn style, and heads for this line of spearmen.
Yeah. I would like to introduce one of them to my new sword.
Okay. With armor, defense, and everything, you are at a -4.
That's fine.
Unless you're going for the big guy.
Can I get the big guy?
He's out in front of him.
Oh, definitely
you
the
can,
big guy.
You can beeline straight towards him. if you
Definitely the
want.
big guy, because that's going to be the most
Okay.
morale damaging one.
All right.
Also,
-5.
he needs to even up a bit, so.
Okay, you're probably gonna have an assist.
-5.
Whatever
Your
you're
mic's
saying
not
is
picking
not
it
picking
up.
up your mic.
I was like -5, which is actually a -4 because I have my specialty in swords. So
Picture.
I have 9 again.
Sheba.
3 damage.
3 damage. All right. Very good.
3 damages.
So Megan, from where you're at, you just see Akujin leap forward and slash down across this guy's arm, and it bites into the upper bicep there with a spatter of blood across the snow. Most of the territory inside here has been trampled over. There's lots of footprints and packed snow and stuff, and you hear a scream from a little further back towards the actual keep itself. Give me a wits and composure.
Damn it. 4 successes.
With 4 successes, you can see a small figure sitting on a chair that's held on poles, dressed in a heavy leather coat lined with fur, heavy mittens on their hands, bareheaded with red tangled hair just cascading down over their shoulders. Kill them! Kill the fake people!
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't even feel bad about killing her now.
Apparently, Queen Gracie came out to watch the fight.
That's highly unfortunate for her.
And it's your turn.
Okay. So here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
With just my movement action, could I get
Yeah.
to a point where I am over her? Like,
So no, because you're on the outer wall, which goes all the way around.
mhm.
Actually, since we've got a diagram here,
There is a
you're
diagram.
like right here.
Okay.
She's like right here.
Okay. And there's a
And the-
whole bunch of people between me and her. If I were to
And the line of spearmen are basically here. And you can
So-
see dotted up on top and whatnot, some archers on higher parapets and stuff like that.
and I'm assuming that my friends are like here.
Yeah, your friends are all right at the gates, kind of where the purple is.
My
Wait.
friends.
Oh, your friends
Are they like here or are they like here?
They're like here and here.
Okay.
Helps du eine Gewehr?
So if I were to how far could I get going? If I were to run along this wall and try and jump this.
You could conceivably try and do that. That would take your entire movement just to get possibly
like
across the gap.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Land on the archer.
I'm not opposed.
And if you
Here, I'll
fall, you
spend
only
my-
take bashing damage.
This is true. I'll spend my whole movement. Hold on, let me check one thing here really quick. I don't think there's anything else cool that I can add. Close locked doors. Nope. Okay. So yeah, I will sprint past this poor fucker
Okay.
over there and try to make that jump.
Give me a strength and athletics.
This is where I roll 0 successes.
You would need 2 successes to clear the gap, I think, because your size is 5 plus 8 would be 13. Actually, you probably need 3 successes to clear the gap. Yeah.
Okay. No, I should have just brought my motorcycle in here.
Would she need 3 successes to clear the gap, even though she weighs less now than she?
Let me see if contracts of separation say anything about jumping rules.
Yes, it does. My jumping speed does not increase unless I get an exceptional success.
Okay.
I could try. Alternative question.
Yeah.
If I were to try for if I were to manage to get an exceptional success,
Uh-huh.
and if I were able to get like here,
Uh-huh.
what's the distance from here to here?
That would be more like 40 feet plus drop So
Oh, drop's not so much of a concern because that was a really stupid idea. But
It's clearing the distance that you're worried about.
yeah, the 40 feet, I don't think even with doubled I can do. All right, so I will just run and I really want to save that willpower for. I'm gonna do. Reckon I will save that willpower for what I'm gonna do. Nope, I won't because I only have 5 dice. Plus 3. Better work. Of course not.
So, yep, you take a run as far as you get, fast as you can. You leap out, and you only make it about 9 feet. You're just over halfway, and you find yourself just falling towards the ground. You take. Where's my falling damage rolls?
You are past the line of the Lancers, though, so you can't just slip around them and go towards Queen.
I jumped 9 feet. I'm nowhere near past the
Well, no,
the spear line.
what I mean is you're past like this way, not vertically, but like horizontally past them. So, like you go around this building.
And you take 3 bashing damage as you fall.
I'm assuming what John just said is wrong. I'm still gonna have to run through the spearman to get to her at this point, then, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's no way.
Never mind then.
All right. So that is Megan's turn. Liz.
Yes. I have a weird idea. I'm surrounded by medical equipment. Are there any sort of tranquilizers or numbing agents? Paralytics?
Give me an intelligence and medicine. You are under extreme duress trying to do some stuff here, so you're going to be at a -3 for this.
Okay, I'm still going to try
as you
it.
try and as under battle and imminent threat by a monstrous beast, you attempt to identify.
This is fair. This is fair.
What, you don't want to pull off another 8 damage pistol shot?
I don't think it's gonna happen. Basically, it's a normal sheet roll. Come on, here we go. -3. 2 successes.
Looking through, you find a couple of things that might be, but you can easily tell they are all dosed and sized for human-sized things.
Okay, all right.
And Liz
so
knows
fine.
enough about medicine and body
Yeah.
chemistry and stuff. That fucker would need a shit ton.
Okay, I will shoot then. Same thing. Attack roll, and then again. Okay. -2. I'm gonna spend another willpower on it, so it's just +1. 5 damage. 9 agains are great.
Yep, they are.
They work for you a lot better than they work for me.
This thing, attracted by your movement, turns to you, and the mouth gapes open again, and you see this massive tongue sort of loll out. And once more, this waft of just acrid stench blows over you, and you just squint your eye and squeeze the trigger, and there's another coughing sound, and this animal just slumps over to the side.
I killed it.
You did.
I actually say that out loud, very loudly. That's my turn.
Okay. Which brings us to Akujin. Not your
There's-
turn, but your
Okay, I was
opponent.
about to say.
Question.
Yeah.
Because my Fool's Guard uses my current weapon, would I get 9 agains on that?
No.
Okay.
Good question.
I'm going to use Fool's Guard anyways because I've only got 1 point of defense, and it doesn't remove my armor from the equation. So,
Okay.
and it also doesn't prevent me from acting on my next turn either. It just removes my defense for the rest of the turn, which him attacking me would do anyways. So he is attacking me with a -5 for my armor,
Okay.
and I am going to Fool's Guard back. Strength plus weaponry plus
All right.
each
Well, it's his
success.
first attack, so he's willing to spend a willpower to knock that -5 down to a -2.
Each success of my Fool's Guard reduces the amount of successes he rolls, and if I roll more successes than he does, he takes the difference as damage.
Cool. So he hits you for 3. Do your Fool's Guard.
The good thing about Fool's Guard is it doesn't care about his defense. Would my sword specialty apply? Because I'm still. It is a sword technique.
No, that
Okay.
Fool's Guard is specifically just that pool as listed.
4 successes.
Okay. He takes a point of damage.
I hang on. I had 9 against on that. I do need to reroll.
Oh, okay.
It did do. You had a 9 again.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he was just
That's
saying.
why I need to reroll it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
4 successes.
Still 4 successes.
4 successes. Look at them 10s. There you go.
So yeah, he comes
All right.
at me with
So
whatever.
yeah, that battle axe comes down, and you just ride that blade, guiding his attack away from you and sliding inside to just jab the tip of your sword into him. Nicely done. Okay. So that was easy enough. And the spearman attack. They just march forward. Akujin, you're going to be subject to 2 attacks from them.
Melee armor is still 5.
Mike did
my
not pick that
pages
up.
Melee armor is still 5.
Okay. There is every
don't-
chance they won't get through then.
There is nothing that says I can't Fool's Guard more than once. But I don't know if I could Fool's Guard more than once.
Is it a reflexive action? It's like
It just says so. The wording is, and this is why I'm confused. Instead of offering a normal defense, roll Strength plus Weaponry plus 1, and it's capital D defense, so it's the stat. Against the opponent's attack, this is an instant action. So I guess it is an action.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I can't do it
That's
more
it.
than once. Okay, cool.
You can only do it once. Yep.
Got it.
All right.
Trying to parse World of Darkness rules.
Right? Not always easy.
This does constitute your action for the turn. So
Okay, so it does. So I
you don't.
okay.
It's the same as dodging, but you counterattack.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right.
Take no damage and in
Do-do-do.
turn deal damage. That's a fine turn for me.
Right?
Yeah, Langschwert is best when you're fighting one-on-one as a fighting style.
But -5 on all of these, so they're literally rolling at you with 1 die, so they both miss. You make some attacks against the people who have followed you in. Oof.
So I am effectively fighting one-on-one.
Okay. So you watch as a number of other people line up on these guys, some of them trying to engage them in melee, but the reach of these spears is definitely putting the keyhold on the back foot a little bit. And that brings us to Phage.
What do the hobgoblins that were in the thing when it died appear to be doing?
Pulling out bottles, flasks of some sort.
I think they shouldn't be doing that, so I will shoot one of them.
Okay.
Do they have a range defense, or am I just...
No, these guys are unarmored.
All right. Please die. 3 damage.
3 damage. So yeah, you aim down on one of them and pull the trigger. You wouldn't expect something to die just from the amount of, like, you maybe crippled, maybe, but this thing just literally splatters, almost as if whatever's holding it together is not exactly physically durable.
It's almost like they
So
were
yeah,
symbiotic organisms with the thing we just shot to death, and they are not meant to survive outside of it.
possibly. Butterfly is playing with a head. And that brings us to Akajin and Lark. Akajin, you've used your action, but you can have a move if you need to reposition.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at,
Okay.
providing the sort of the spearhead of our attack here.
Akundalar makes its resurgence in yet another one of our games.
Would it be possible for Lark to make it through the gate this round?
Yeah, absolutely. No, you are right there, and
Yeah.
the lines ahead of you are starting to move in. People are starting to spread out and form a battle line inside. And yeah, Keys is still there holding back this section of the portcullis and just ushering person after person through.
Once she makes it through the gate, she is gonna pull a Megan and take off.
All right. Go ahead and give me a wits and composure.
Do I put it on sheet roll or simple roll?
Sheet roll.
Okay.
Simple roll is when you just want to tell it how many dice you're rolling.
1 success.
Okay. You can see a line of hobgoblins with pole arms. Obviously, this massive guy with the battle axe. And there's some archers around the top areas on the more elevated positions that you can see will probably be causing some unpleasantness as well. Where you headed?
I'm trying to remember. Did you say there was like a central structure?
There is, yeah. So the archers that you can see, there's a big, massive building in front of you with several wings and stuff built off of it. And some of the archers are around the parapets on that central area, and then the rest of them ringing this main wall that surrounds the interior keep.
There is a line of spearmen between you and it, though.
Yes.
She's gonna head in that direction
Okay.
and take down whoever is in her way.
All right. You can get right up to one of the spearmen.
Okay. She won't get right up because she's gonna shoot him.
Oh, okay. All right. So you skid to a halt a couple yards back and just draw down on this this goblin. He's got some armor, so you're at a -2 for this one.
What kind of weapon are they using? Metal weapons?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I spend a willpower on this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I have another idea. This one less useless than my previous one.
3 damage.
All right. Yep. With your consistent firearms performance, you again sight in, angling it slightly to get around his shield that he's got in front of him, and just plug it right in. And there's a gout of blood as your bullet hits something in the flesh near the shoulder and neck joint. Which brings us back to Megan.
All right. So, question.
Uh-huh.
These inner buildings, are they as weird and not quite straight walled as the rest?
Yes, they are.
So I'm like there, correct?
Clearing my screen. Where were you going? Yep, pretty much right on the corner there.
Here's my question.
Okay.
Using using the contract that I have active,
hmm
could I go far enough up the wall to run right past the spearman and
That
have
will-
enough of a move action to get within jumping distance of Gracie for my action?
That would require an exceptional success on a dexterity and athletics. But
And
it
if
is
I
conceivable.
fail, I at least. But if I fail, that just means I don't get there, right?
You just don't quite get there. Yep.
But I would still probably be able to get past the spearman.
Conceivably, yes.
Okay. What the fuck? Why not?
Alrighty.
Assassin's Creed this bullshit. Let's go.
Basically.
Let me check and see. Yeah, nothing helps there. Never mind.
Okay. You make some progress as you
Okay.
get up and around part of the corner of the building.
I look forward to being able to be in combat next season.
Fling your
We'll get you
kukri
there.
like a boomerang. Actually, you have a gun. Why don't you just John Woo fire while you're running along the wall?
Liss.
Because that slows me down and that probably puts me right next to the spearman.
There.
And then I get stabbed a lot.
I'm getting stabbed a lot.
I
Yes,
haven't
but you're
gotten
wearing
stabbed
riot
at
gear.
all.
I'm wearing a thick leather jacket. I have armor 1.
I am gonna try and see the future again. What are these bottles? And do glimpse of fortune's favor. Just 1 glamour right now. Yeah. Which is
It's schnapps. They're having a last drink before they die.
wits and weird. Let's see here. Wits and weird. Sheet roll, normal.
You are at a -1 because you have already used it at least once during the last scene.
It is only for. Wait, is this different?
You're using Glimpse of Fortune's Favor again in the same
Yes.
scene. You get building penalties each time you do it.
Oh, it does? Okay, I didn't see that on here.
So
Um,
where
If you're
see where it
using
says suggested modifiers? At the very bottom underneath
Yes.
exceptional success.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm still gonna do it.
So wits
'cause-
plus weird -1.
I actually have a real quick mechanical question.
Okay.
If the thing I see is anything that makes me think that I should act this turn, can I spend the extra glamour to make this reflexive?
No,
or
you need to make that
something on your
decision
side?
at
Okay.
the beginning. Yep.
In that case, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just use Panamancy.
Okay.
Go for the long one.
All right. Wits and composure with standard penalties.
Yes. Okay. Wits and composure. -1. 3 successes. What are these bottles going to do?
They're going to when they drink those bottles, they are going to explode like bombs.
I was right.
They're going to explode. And I'm trying to back away.
Okay. You use your movement and
yeah.
get as far away as possible, I assume.
Yep.
Then.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Cool. Cool.
That's my turn.
Alrighty. Winter's gonna be happy that you told him that. Okay. Phage.
With that warning,
These things are going to explode as it's their turn, and they just pop these corks and start chugging away.
do I have the time to react before they detonate?
No.
Oh boy.
As there are you see one of their eyes, one of them's eye starts to bug out, or the other one, like part of its chest starts to
Ugh.
distend, as these things basically go full on claymation, and then boom, 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 boom. There are these greenish explosions.
I don't know if there's any amount of distance penalties, but I did move away from them towards where I had initially dropped my gun. So
Yep.
I don't know if that's all the way out of the blast radius, but
Not entirely. You take
Dodge.
Oh. Well, the two that were closest to you didn't do quite as well as some of the others did. There is basically just this cascade of heat and acid and pain across the entire clearing. You take 3 lethal.
hey, I am full on damage, but my last 2 damage are only bashing.
Okay.
There you go. Do I take
I'm
any
still
damage?
standing.
Yep. You take 2 lethal,
Okay.
and everybody else takes 5.
Oof.
So I'll have to wrangle what that
Good
equals.
thing all of our met.
Right? They firebombed the recovery clearing.
That's a war crime.
The Geneva Conventions do not apply in the hedge.
I feel like they should.
Interestingly enough.
Unless it's very particular keepers.
Yes.
We're bound by very particular rules.
Yep.
Mhm.
Queen Gracie is not one of them.
Okay.
I would hope she's not a keeper.
No, she is not a keeper. She is a human.
For a second there, you didn't answer, and I outraged. Megan changes her mind and does not charge the Gracie.
Too late. Keeper that looks like a little girl.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure those exist.
Oh, absolutely they do.
I have an interesting backup character if I end up dying today.
Sorry. Well,
You're just full up on bashing. You just need to make a stamina roll.
Sheet roll.
Stitch
Just need my
stamina.
stamina. Nope.
And you are unconscious.
Not bleeding out though.
Oh, so's Butterfly.
Oh.
Good, now she can't betray us.
I mean, that is true. It is much more difficult for Butterfly to betray you while she is unconscious.
Good
See?
thing Liz was the
Not
traitor the
impossible,
whole
just more
time.
difficult.
What?
I said it's a good thing Liz was the traitor the whole time.
Akujin.
Did dude attack me?
Huh?
Did dude attack
No,
me?
it's this is still the end of that round,
Oh,
basically,
okay.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
think.
Does he not go before me? Because the Hobbs just blew up, so I assume that the guy
Oh
in front of
right.
me would
Yep.
attack
Nope.
me
He
now.
should have taken his swing at you at
Yeah.
that point too.
I
I'm
am
doing that thing where
I am not going to use my Fool's Guard, so he has a minus.
he's just at a -5.
No, he's at a -6.
Okay.
Defense supply.
Uh-huh. Okay. He's still got some willpower to burn. So he'll be at a -3. Doody-doody-doo. Where'd his character sheet go? -3. Submit. He hits you for 1 lethal damage.
That's fine. I'll take that.
That
Because
is a lot of dice for only 1 success. But yes.
because I've got an idea that is stupid but just might work.
Cool.
the
Look
best
how well
ideas.
that's worked out for me. That's all I'm saying.
Alrighty.
I also know that's because I'm rolling dice, but
I mean, I'm rolling dice too, but my idea will help you
we'll see.
Okay.
if it works.
All right. Now it's Oxygen and Lark's turn.
So, all of these they all have metal weapons.
Yeah.
Do they all have metal armor?
No.
Okay, then I'm just going to try to affect their weapons. I'm going to try to control elements. I
Okay.
pay 3 glamour because as much metal as there is in the area, I feel like it's not the dominant element.
No, it is not.
And I'm going to try to make all of these metal weapons turn into sealed and locked gauntlets, holding all of their hands together. Basically, like all the weapons basically bend back around and lock onto their hands, so they're like handcuffs but bigger.
I don't know if that's something that contract can do. Let me
I
take
can
a
turn
look.
solid metal objects into other solid metal objects. Get enough successes, I can turn a large enough volume of them into things.
Okay. Control the operation of any mechanical device made primarily.
Character can change, can shape any solid, gaseous, or intangible element such as water, mist, or fire into any simple form. Make solid walls of water, hiding half room, da da da.
Okay.
I can change.
Let's see how many successes you get then.
I don't know how many successes
Manipulation
I'll need.
and weird.
I don't know how many successes I'll need, but I'm gonna
You would
try.
need an exceptional success to turn that many things into completely different.
At the very least, I want to try to, and it'll depend on how number says. At the very least, I'm going to try to remove the tips from all these spears, so that they no longer have pole.
Well, that's the thing. Are you trying to change their shape, or are you trying to move them? You can do one or the other.
I'm trying to change their shape, no matter what.
Okay, you're trying to change their shape.
No matter what, I'm trying to change their shape. It's just the number of successes will determine how many of them I can actually change.
Yes.
All right. So I go over here. Pray for 10s.
Yes, we do. Always pray for 10s.
I have no willpower left. More useful to make sure we didn't fall into a series of traps. 1 success. I can change 20.
2 of the spearheads fall off.
That's fine. Actually, because I can determine it once I know my successes. Can I have, would I be able to affect the battle axe instead of a spear?
Sure.
Yeah, so like a spear and a battle axe?
No, the battle axe.
Okay, that's fine.
because that gives you, 1 success gives you 20 pounds. That is about how much the head of his battle axe weighs.
I turn that battle axe into a stick.
All right. The battle axe is now a stick.
A
Congratulations.
very heavy stick that you can still be beat to death with.
Oh yeah, but I imagine it loses some of its damage points.
Yeah,
It
probably.
does. You have halved the damage of his battle axe,
Which is not nothing.
which is not nothing. Okay.
It is specifically
And-
1 die.
Lark.
Is this guy still in front of me?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Shoot him again.
Okay.
Try for a miracle, get 1 success. Oh well.
I like how you rolled a success as an 8, the lowest number your successes could be,
Yeah.
and all of your other dice were 1s.
Oh, 1 1 8 1.
So yeah, Lark, you swerve to try and, but that shield is just too far in the way, and the shot goes wide as you try and work your aim around. Which brings us to Megan again. You are partway up a building.
Still running pseudo sideways around people.
All right, dexterity and athletics. You are
There's the re-
there.
There's the rest of that exceptional
Now, is
success
that-
needed.
Do I still have an action to jump with?
Oh yeah, no, that was just your movement.
So, from my elevated position,
Mm-hmm.
are you familiar with what a Hurricane Rana is?
I'm not, but it sounds magnificent.
You know the move that Black Widow always does?
Where she grabs a guy this guy's neck between her legs
And then
just
spins
whips
around
him
and flips them?
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hi, Gracie.
That's a Hurricane Rana. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to forcibly yank her off her throne with my legs before we start fighting.
Strength and brawl.
Okay, I get an extra point. I automatically get a +1 on brawl
Okay.
because of my contract. I don't think I can justify this as Krav Maga, but
I don't think so.
we'll see how this goes.
Are over the top wrestling moves Krav Maga.
No, not really. Krav Maga is really short and fight quickly things.
Krav Maga is whatever the least showy types of grappling are.
So
Kind of.
strength, brawl, as an unarmed attack or just strength brawl?
As an unarmed attack.
Okay. So unarmed attack roll, +1 to this. And if I need to, I can spend a glamour to re-roll a brawl roll each turn.
Yes, you can.
You know what? I think I'm going to stick with the 2 damage. I'm good with 2 damage.
All right. Well, yeah. So, yeah, you just leap off, land on this individual. Legs are at
GIF.
right, and there's just a flurry of movement, and the two of you sprawl into the snow. You land with your, probably 3-point stance or
3-point
whatever,
stance.
right? Yeah, and she has just tumbled to the side. Roll me a single D10.
Okay.
That flying Hurricane Rana action.
7.
Okay.
Megan Rey Mysterio Lansing.
Yeah. She lands, sort of looks up, Your Highness.
Who is face down in the snow and not talking to you currently.
We'll get there.
Liz.
I have a feeling she yells at people when she fights. Gracie, I mean.
Okay. That was bad. Is Carl Stitches still up?
You would have to go looking for him to see. This entire area is
It's
just
flattened.
kind of shattered.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand up and look around.
Wits and composure -2.
Okay.
Because I'm just full up on bashing damage, do I get to make that roll again every turn to see if I stay conscious? Or am I just out now?
You know what?
What?
I'm gonna use the coin
Okay.
for a willpower. So that's 1 success.
Okay.
Who's up still?
There are probably half a dozen of the about 18 to 20 changelings that had been in this this clearing that seem to be conscious.
Okay.
With 1 success, Sunset Blue is one of them.
Okay.
Character who falls unconscious from a failed stamina roll remains incapacitated until you regain at least 1 health.
Okay. Well,
Can I do anything? I don't see. Do I see Carl Stitches?
You do not currently, no.
Okay. Do I see Phage?
Not with only 1 success. You can see Phage.
Okay. Do I see Butterfly?
You do not see Butterfly.
Okay. With my medical knowledge, I wouldn't be able to get Phage up.
Potentially.
I might be able to. Okay, I'm gonna try that.
You would need to find some materials first.
Okay.
Probably.
I had a med kit with me that I brought with that I got from the house.
All right.
I think I still have that on me. I would still have that on me. I think.
I mean, my last 2 damage levels are only bashing, so if you can get even one of those gone.
Yeah.
All right. Where'd medicine go?
But nowhere. Your perception of it.
You will need 7 successes to get that taken care of. That will be dexterity and medicine.
Okay.
Each roll being a minute of work.
Okay.
But the gang back at the gates are basically out of initiative since there's only one player character conscious back there and no enemies in the area currently.
Got it. Okay.
Lucky you killed the hedgemouth before the little guys exploded. So
yeah, and now it's just kind of eerily quiet here. Dexterity and medicine. Here we go. Oh, I have 9 against.
Yep, because it's still the same scene, and you are doing a dex roll. So that's lucky.
Yeah. Hang on a sec. Checking something. I have many things open. Nope. Nope. That's not for extended rolls. Okay. Here we go. Do I get any modifiers from the medical kit or?
With a med kit, you got a +1. I'll say.
2 successes.
2 successes. All right, you're getting some progress there.
Okay. Okay.
Meanwhile, back at the castle, he's still got a stick with some bits of metal on it.
It's a big stick.
Minus
big
6
stick.
to his attack.
He's still got willpower to burn. You take 3 lethal.
Is it lethal? Not bludgeoning now?
It's still lethal.
Right.
It's still a stick with metal on it, and he is swinging it as hard as he possibly can at your head. It's still lethal.
Okay.
Okay. Lark, you've got a spearman aiming for you. What's your defense? And are you wearing any armor?
Yes, she has the bulletproof vest, and her defense is 2.
Okay. All right. Bulletproof vest is rated 1-2, I think, right? Or is it 2-2?
It's
2-3.
2-3. That's right.
2-3.
That's right. I knew there was a difference, but okay. So he's going to be a -4 to try and hit you with a melee attack. So you take 1 lethal as he lunges out with that spear of his. Okay. And it is Akujin and Lark's turn.
Attacking the big guy.
Alrighty. You are at a -5.
-4. Weaponry specialization.
Okay.
Lark is shooting the spearman.
Okay.
I wish I could roll dice
Ugh.
as
Yeah,
I
you
miss
whip around and
my
that
shenanigans.
that half destroyed battle axe just knocks it to the side. Lark, that
4
spearman.
damage.
Yep. You shoot his eye out and he's dead.
Yes.
I like how I can only deal damage when I full guard. I can never deal damage when I actually attack people.
Which brings us back to Megan.
Okay. What's the little girl doing? Has she gotten up? Is she still just laying face down in the snow?
She's still laying face down in the snow, actually.
Is there anybody around me currently?
There's a couple of chair bearers who are pulling out daggers and advancing on you, but you kind of flung yourself off to the side, so they're going to spend most of their time getting their weapons out and getting up to you.
I'm okay. I am walking over to Gracie.
Okay.
I am grabbing her a handful of hair.
Okay.
I am pulling her up to, if she is unconscious, I am pulling her up to what her knees would be. And I am pulling out a gun and putting it to her head and telling them, back off.
Okay.
I don't bluff. And I really don't want to do this because somebody else wants this girl.
Let's see. Intelligence and empathy. They stop about 3 yards away from you. Just staring at you with those knives out.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that you can get those knives into me before I can do whatever this does to her. You're wrong.
You hear a grunt behind, like off to your, that would be your right.
Oh, God damn it. She actually says that.
Oh no, it's
Oh,
the
okay.
big guy swinging a
Okay, good.
stick at Akaji.
I thought it was gonna be like somebody walking up. I was gonna be like, "Fuck! Now I'm gonna have to kill this little bitch."
Not spending willpower, so Akujin only takes 1 lethal.
I want to try to actually hit him with my fucking sword.
All right. And that means, and Lark is going to have this guy come up and try and attack her. Lark, he lashes out at you, and this time the blade slides under.
That didn't apply the vest.
Oh, whoops! I forgot about the penalties. We're gonna try that again.
Where it just explodes 10s constantly.
Yeah.
All right, lashes out at you and just barely rips the blade under your arm, opening up a shallow gash across your ribs. You feel a burn of pain as the spearhead bites through. And it's Akujin and Lark's turn.
So I am going to reflexively use Might of the Terrible Brute as I swing my sword.
Okay.
Yeah, glamour. I should not have that.
It's okay. There weren't any 9s, so
well,
you're good with it.
I have 2 additional dots, which means I'm at a -2 rather than a -4 for this.
Okay.
Now, please, as I roll 13 dice, one of you be a success.
Quintuple botch.
One of them was a success.
Hey, you got what you asked for. He takes 1 lethal.
I feel your pain. Don.
I'm just going to Fool's Guard from now on. Just assume I'm
Like-
fool's guarding. Because it's the only way I'll kill anything at this point.
Like, the 2 combat characters are rolling for shit tonight.
I get
It
an
is
8.
kind of weird how that has been working out.
Liz got an 8 on a gun,
listen,
and she
listen.
has one eye.
Straight up murdering people.
Liz, you can take another minute as people are
Yeah,
starting
yeah,
to
yeah,
slowly
yeah.
pull themselves up
I'm
out of
rolling
the
13 dice with 9-agains and getting
Plus
1 damage.
1. Yeah.
+1.
There we go. Can I spend a willpower on this actually?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let me do that. Let's make that a 4.
Can I Might of the Terrible Brute on a Fool's Guard check?
How long does my terrible brute last?
Just for the next roll.
6.
Yeah.
Mind of the Terrible Brute is a reflexive thing that you do.
Yeah,
when
it's a
you make
reflexive, so you
strength-based
can
roll.
just churn that in whenever you need to. Yep.
Start doing.
That's
So yeah,
6, 7.
Phage, your eyes blink open.
Fuck.
Hey, wake up!
Hi.
Wake up!
I'm
Explosion!
yes. Thank you for the warning, even if I wasn't able to get out of the way.
I don't know where. And she's looking around for people.
Puts a hand on her chest and gives herself warmth of the blood again.
Okay. How you doing on glamour there?
I have plenty of glamour. I'm just running out of
Okay, good.
willpower.
We'll find out how this battle ends next season. Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
4 successes.
Do I still
Nicely
have
done.
those 2 bashing, or am I just awake? Or did one of those bashing go away?
One of those bashing is gone.
Okay. So I'm going to remove the other bashing. Downgrade 1 lethal. Downgrade 2 lethal. Downgrade 3 lethal.
Yep. There you go. Nicely done. And you can get up and start pulling people. Some people are dead, but you are able to roll me a D10. Phage.
7.
7. Okay. Carl Stitches is not one of them. He is just unconscious, and Sunset is pouring over him, getting him back up with what you see is the same contract that you had just employed on yourself.
Like the idea of Phage being like, Sunset is like, 1 health over or something like that. Healing, you walk up behind.
I mean, she's racked up, but she is conscious.
I'm joking.
But there are a
I'm only
number
kind
of,
of joking.
there are a number of firearms that currently are not being used by their dead owners.
I mean, she'll reload her shotgun, but she's not using it on anyone.
Okay. All I'm saying is the Keyhold Fidelity's pledge. She's not the queen currently.
Right?
Yeah, but Fate doesn't play for those reasons.
Okay. Liz, you also roll me a d10.
Okay.
I never got my turn.
6.
Oh, Lark, it is.
I just
yes.
didn't want to interrupt anything.
Yeah.
Nope, you're fine.
for it.
Go right ahead. Sorry about that.
That's fine. Is there anyone? I know someone just attacked her, but is there anyone directly blocking her from going forward right now?
Just this guy.
Okay, then
Yeah,
she shoots him.
Okay.
Can I spend a willpower on this?
Absolutely. Well, that puts him in the dirt. Yep. You manage to get around as he lunges with that spear. You manage to take advantage of his overextend, step slightly to the side, and the barrel of the gun, just as it swings up, lines directly with his temple, and you just put one straight through his helmet and head. and he flops on his face. And in front of you, now that you've sort of punched this hole through this one section of the spear line, you can see 4 smaller goblins facing off with Megan, who has what seems to be Queen Gracie by the hair.
Hey, Gracie, your ride's here.
Lark is going that way.
Okay. So yeah, Megan, are you trying to hold the standoff as long as you can?
I am, and I will use Ferris have things they can do. Let me see. Yeah, that's not going to be super helpful. Massive superiority isn't really gonna, probably isn't even gonna affect hobgoblins. Yep. I will just keep this standoff going.
Okay. Give me a presence and intimidation then.
Okay. So there's a presence, but no, I don't have a negative because it's a social.
So yeah, if you don't have any dots in intimidation, just roll straight presence then.
Yeah. And just to show them an example of what exactly what they're dealing with. I will really quick just put the gun away, like directly, basically shoot directly in front of Gracie, just so they know exactly what big scary thing that they're
putting around into the snow,
the
basically.
ground, yeah.
Okay. I'll give you a +2 for that, honestly.
Okay. Simple roll. There we go. Nope. Why will it not? Why does it keep saying strength? Oh, because I need to take it off attack. That's helpful. There we go. Presence +2. Really?
They jump at the shot, but you can see that they're starting to kind of go back and forth a little bit.
Okay. That's fine. If they start moving forward, I will be just sort of shoving Gracie towards Lark's way, and I haven't punched someone yet.
It's true, you haven't. All right. So that was your turn.
Yep.
I'm going to Akujin, are you Fool's Guarding?
I am Fool's Guarding, yeah. So
okay.
My armor is 5.
Armor is 5.
Might of the Terrible Brute on the Fool's Guard. You get 3 extra.
I got a 6 on my D10 that you had.
Okay. You find Butterfly unconscious.
Okay.
If you rolled a 1, she would have been dead.
Cool.
So he rolls.
Yep, he rolls at a -5,
Yep.
and he will spend a willpower on this one, so at a -2. So 4 is what you'll need to counteract. You only take 1.
God damn this fucking game. I'm going to build a character all about combat.
Better.
I'm going to build a character all about combat. Dies in combat because he can't roll dice for shit.
That's better than you have been.
No,
Does
because
that
the last time
I fill you up with lethal?
No, it doesn't. I've got plenty. The last time I Fool's Guarded, I did damage back to him.
I'm talking about your last die roll. Your last die roll, you had more dice and roll and
rolled worse.
And rolled worse.
Absolutely.
Much worse.
All right. So Lark. you see 4 people standing off, four hobgoblins standing off in a very tense hold with Megan, who is got Gracie on her knees, whose hands are kind of up on her own hair, but is not moving or trying to, or actively in a position where she can really, I mean, she's a child being held by an adult grown athletic woman. She can't really get away currently.
That was going to be my question. Does she
Yeah.
still appear to be a child?
Yep.
Okay.
You probably also immediately heard her screaming, "Kill the fake people," at the top of her lungs a minute ago.
No, that was while combat was going on. That was not something that Lark heard.
Yeah.
Lark only got a 1 on her wits and composure, so that yeah, Lark did not hear that. But it's Lark's turn.
How far away are Megan and Gracie?
10 yards, maybe. Pretty close.
Is there
Definitely.
anything in my way?
Definitely in gunshot range.
Yeah, definitely in gunshot range.
No. She's gonna walk over
Okay.
calmly. She's gonna pull out the switchblade
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
and she's gonna hold it to Gracie's neck. And she is going to look into Gracie's eyes.
What is she looking for?
Remorse, I think.
Give me a wits and empathy.
Find nothing but madness there.
Take that off attack.
Nice.
5.
With an exceptional success, what you see is a feral child with no concept of remorse. There is some fear, but there is mostly rage.
Okay.
Megan, it's your turn.
So she's assuming Lark's got the kid covered at this point.
Okay.
She lets go of the hair.
All right.
She tosses the gun aside, and she's advancing on the 4.
All right. Well, a quick movement will get you right up into as
All
close
right.
proximity as any of them. What you want to do with them?
I want to punch.
Okay.
Actually, I want to kick, but you know,
Okay. Right.
functionally same thing.
Functionally same thing. Yep. You've got an open shot. Their defense is 3.
All right.
Whoever it is you're going
Defense is
for
3.
is not armored, and their defense is 3.
Okay.
Unlike in World of Darkness, where unlike in Old World of Darkness, where a punch and a kick were 2 different attacks.
Yes.
They were. I like it better that way. But
Me too. Strength and brawl.
yeah, strength and brawl.
Old World of Darkness combat does make it a little bit easier to not suck as hard as I have been.
It does. Everything diff 8 sucks. It's the worst. But so +1 because draconic, +1 for because it's gonna be a Krav Maga kick, because I can just say it is.
Right.
'Cause it's a kick, and there are kicks in Krav Maga.
There are kicks in Krav Maga, it's true.
So that's +2, so it's -1 total.
Okay.
Die
Attack
to this.
roll.
As
Not picking it up. Then.
I'm just saying that I'm going to die to this guy because
I'm gonna
combat
spend a
hates
glamour point to reroll
Okay.
that because I don't like that.
Okay.
I think I can beat that,
Conceivably.
or that could happen.
Oh,
Let me check and see this. I don't know if it's one of those you must take the second result or not.
Is it-
Wait. No, I couldn't do that. I can only do that to retake 1 failed brawl roll.
Oh, 1 failed brawl roll. Okay.
So I
yeah.
do a nice little spin kick to start this
Right.
whole fight
Whack
off.
the guy in the head.
Yep. Are we
Okay.
doing? And I look him. We can do this, or y'all can just go. I leave that up to you.
Intelligence and
Hit me. Not for.
empathy. What's your defense?
My defense is 3 plus
And
armor.
your armor is 1?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, I need to roll something else. Okay. So you say that. And there is a burst of automatic gunfire.
Okay.
And
Assuming
3
that
of
didn't
them are
come-
dead now.
I was gonna say, I was assuming that didn't come from them.
It definitely didn't come from them.
Although that would have been really, really funny. We could do
That
this.
would have
I
been
toss my
hilarious.
gun aside. I walk up. I just basically bitch slap one of them with my feet, like, we can do this or not.
Right, and one of them pulls out an AK-47. Right, yeah.
Would have been great.
Not gonna lie, I almost literally would have fallen out of my
Right,
chair
yep.
laughing at that.
Nope. No, but that was Barnaby who pulled out an AK-47. Because
Or that can
he's slightly more interested in letting his girlfriend get catharsis.
Well, no, they can leave. Grace
Right.
is not going with. That's not part of the. That wasn't
Right.
part of the deal.
Yeah, no, but Barnaby looked over from where he's been fighting and was like, "I see Megan going hand to hand against 4 guys with knives. I'm going to even this up a little bit."
That's fair. That is fair.
But that's his turn. And Akajin, this guy's still coming at you.
So, I can Fool's Guard and make it less likely that he kills me with this next hit. Or I can let him go against my full defense of 6 and potentially kill him if I roll adequately on an attack back.
When have you ever rolled adequately thus far?
That's the problem. Like, I'll roll adequately once, and it might be this next one.
Right?
Minus 6 to the attack. Bring it the fuck on.
All right.
That is you're reciting the gamblers. Maybe this time.
Maybe this time.
And I am with you on that. I am pulling
everything
for
that I hate about World of Darkness is happening.
No, it's not
going to
work, but I am.
Hey, he
yes!
missed.
Fuck you.
Look at that. He missed. All right. Go for it, dude.
All right.
Akajin in
My
luck.
last glamour for Might of the Terrible Brute.
Okay.
One more die is one more die.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on. That was 9 again. And that was a 9.
Okay. Re-roll that one.
All right.
Take off the 9
You
again.
can't adjust the dice roller from the page with the abilities on it, so I keep forgetting I've changed it.
Mm-hmm.
One success, no matter what.
Okay.
That bodes well. 9 again. Attack roll.
He
Broken
has at a -5 for his defense and armor.
Strength +1 specialty, so that's going to be 3.
Mm-hmm.
I am rolling with 12 dice.
Come on, and not put your 9 again back
And
on.
I've got 9 again.
I'm pulling for you. I believe in you.
Damage this time.
Please tell me I've whittled him down enough that 2 damage kills him.
You have.
Thank fucking God.
Because he's been taking some other attacks from other people, but mostly they've been against the spear line. But yes, no, you and everybody else has whittled him down enough to where, yes, he had 2 health left. He had 2 empty boxes.
Just fucking stab it in and
Right.
ram to the
Yep.
ground.
While it feels bad for you as the player, think about in universe. This has been a pitched duel of everything going back and forth.
Oh
No,
yeah,
yes,
yeah. No,
for
it's
sure.
like
Right.
this is like I'm fucking King Arthur fighting with Sauron in the middle of a pitched battle, or not King
Right.
Arthur, sorry, Aragorn. But you know,
Yep.
like absolutely, like cinematically, it's fantastic, but mechanically, for me, it sucked ass.
Yep. But yeah, no. And there, yep, you've got that last blow coming in, and it just slips in under his bullshit, weird, half big, half small armed guard and cuts in under the jawline, and you just snip a jugular. And there's just this gout of blood, and
With
about 350 plus pounds of hobgoblin just slumps down over your blade.
with the sword in it, I sort of
Mhm.
I feel like this was like a swinging up strike. Grab the blade and just use it to guide his body down to the ground.
All right, Lark.
She has now taken Gracie's hair in her hand, with the
Okay.
other hand holding the blade to her neck. And she continues to stare into her eyes. Give me one reason why I shouldn't rip out your throat right now.
And Gracie looks up at you and says, "Peasant," and spits in your face.
There's only one way this is going to go.
Kill the child.
Sorry, this is a little hard for the parent inside.
No, legit. I totally get
I
it.
understand. Me too. That's why I'm making light of the situation.
I totally get it. I'm trying really hard not to make constant inappropriate jokes. I swear.
There are 3 parents on the call. We understand.
Mm-hmm.
You murdered my family. You've murdered countless others. I have no other choice. And she will dig it into her throat.
That is not even going to require a roll.
0 damage. Wouldn't do it.
God damn it, Jack.
Fuck you, dude.
I'm just saying, that's how the dice have been.
I know. And as the blade pushes forward, there's a ripple. And a sound of creaking wood as every hobgoblin, from the archers above to the spearmen below, begin to solidify and thorns begin to protrude from chests and arms and eyes and throats and legs as they become solid plant matter, twisted thorn bundles. And autumn, winter, spring, and summer court alike step back, and there's just a cold wind now. blowing through a wicker castle full of woven figures. As the Winter War comes to its end. So thank you for joining us for Changeling Season 3. And we'll see you all next time.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.